the show. There's big black cocks circling small chickens in the center of every town. But that's okay, because we're the YborKnuckleheads. My name is Adam.
I don't know about the dicks, but I'm Landon.
I don't know about the dicks either.
Wow, really?
But I'm
Okay.
Pimp Daddy Pain.
I'm iffy on the
I
dicks.
can do a different one.
No, I think we should keep it at this point.
Yeah, might
We're
as
just
well.
saying that we didn't.
Yeah, you fucked us up.
already
Oh,
happening.
wait,
Yeah.
did we hit record on that?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
recording.
cool.
All right, so anyway.
Anyway,
What's
today
up? We got a cool guest in the house.
I have a very special
It's pronounced
guest.
his house. Thank you.
His house?
His
I thought
house.
it was your house.
His house.
Your house.
My house.
Your mama house.
Kolbe Walker, ladies and
Man.
gentlemen. So why don't you introduce...
Whoa, you really just said my whole government name.
You
God
told us...
damn,
See,
man. What the hell?
Just damn. I don't got warrants out here, but like if I did,
If you
Well,
did, you
then
probably
why
shouldn't
would
be
you
on
tell
a
me your name
podcast.
at all?
That's true, too.
That's your own fault.
That is 100% your fault.
You know
Hopefully
what
I
I
don't
heard
have
the other
warrants.
day?
I don't know
That
how people go around just like having warrants on them. It's like you gotta get that shit squashed. You get pulled over
know
one day,
too.
your whole life gets fucked.
I'll tell you one
I know
thing.
some people got warrants too. It's like,
He's like-
why, bro? Like, do better.
I had a warrant for my arrest for 6 months, and I sold flowers in Ybor City. Talked to the cops every day, and I know that they got a sheet. In the morning, you come and you know that it's there. And I will like, I finally turned myself in when I got my shit right. But every day for like at least 6 months, I fucking sold flowers, walking. That's when I walked up and down the streets. I don't do that anymore.
what were the warrants for?
It actually turned out it was for it wasn't for me. It was a court mistake, and I ended up spending 53 days in jail. I lost my house. I lost everything: my diving equipment, my pest control, my camping, everything. And then that's when his dad found out. That's when I opened the hot dog. He bought everything and opened a hot dog cart. And then Carmine complained so much that it had to be closed. Not a hot dog. I'm sorry, delicious wiener.
Sanman, he used to sling Sanman's delicious wiener
My
on
friend-
the corner. On the corner of 7th and 18th.
Delicious wiener all night long.
My friend, they called his job. The police called his job, and like we're looking for so-and-so. We're looking for Dylan Herrick. Yeah, he was supposed to contact us when he moved. He's a registered pedophile, and we need him to call us. They called his job, so he calls them, and it's like some random fucking like Dylan Herrick, Dylan Morgan Herrick or something like that. And I'm just like, and he's like, you called my job and told me that I was a pedophile and that I had a warrant out for my arrest.
Does
You
he?
Huh?
Does he? Did
What?
he?
What? Huh? I don't know.
You
don't know?
They came to my job, the best job I ever had at the Hyatt Regency downtown that's now the Marriott,
Yeah.
and arrested me for lying on my resume. They called it
What?
falsifying a document.
Wait, you get-
and they
get
took
Is it
me,
government
they,
document?
They came.
You could get
my
arrested for
resume.
that?
For your resume?
They-
I've
they-
done that. Like,
Well, okay, let me
not a
go.
crime.
There's more behind that. I had just ran for the mayor of Tampa and some other stuff that I like Malcolm X kind of stuff,
You
and
got
so
set up
yeah. Well, I don't know if it was a setup, but how do you get arrested for lying on your resume?
on your work resume.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
If it's a government job, like a government document,
No,
then
I
you
was just-
definitely can't lie on it.
I
That's
was
totally
just a
legal. But if it's,
hospitality specialist.
he's still a
I
hospitality
love that
specialist.
idea. That
What?
the hospitality specialist idea with your
Yeah.
5-star fucking guy.
Oh, you know about that?
You've explained it on the podcast.
Did I?
Maybe.
I'm
You-
talking to you.
Are you?
No, did I? I explained the 5-star hospitality.
You did.
Okay, my bad. I'll be
No,
You
you're not bad. I'm
absolutely
not
did.
telling you to be quiet, but you did.
You absolutely
happen.
did.
Okay, all right.
But have you
I
ever?
told
my
you,
real,
do you
know
my
it?
real question though. Have you ever had Yukon Jack?
No. We've never had Yukon Jack. I've never had Yukon Jack. I don't even know who Jack is.
I am not drinking snake bite oil.
Ain't no snake bite oil.
Yukon Jack is snake bite shit.
Just because it says Yukon and Jack, it's a liqueur.
I know all about Yukon Jack.
You do?
I'm not fucking with
some
that.
balls.
I'm sticking to my.
Nah, bro, you getting some Yukon.
No, I cannot.
What are you drinking?
You know what Will
Here.
said the other day?
You got
I
time.
can't do it. I can't do it.
What did Will say the other day?
Will said
He was on the show
that
2 weeks ago.
Will said that Farrakhan said on the news that he had something to do with the murder of Malcolm X. And I said that was bullshit. But I looked it up. Farrakhan said that he was guilty of inciting a situation, much like Trump and the December 6th of January 6th thing. But anyway,
December
I
6th
was like,
of January 6th.
whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So I want to know your opinion on that because I know you're
What, January
What's up,
6th
brother?
Or what?
My
That's a
opinion
really good
on
book.
the riot, like the whole riot.
No, about. I mean, as someone who.
Or Louis Farrakhan having something to do with Malcolm
Yeah,
X. It's
I mean,
kind of crazy.
I was a member of the organization
Yeah.
for 15 years, and
I mean, it makes sense. Malcolm
But
X
yeah.
split from the Nation of Islam and talked mad shit about him. So of course Farrakhan.
It was
wanted him
always
dead.
like alluded that people
Like,
from the nation killed him.
yeah, but who
members
who
of the
said
nation.
that?
Okay, this is the thing.
Well, yeah, you can
Hearsay.
always say, yeah, these guys did it.
Yeah.
But I've heard some speeches and some other things where I heard Farrakhan say, like, what if they had a reunited, console their difference 10 years later, 15 years later, what a powerful thing that they would have been. And then I also heard him give a speech that moved me so. I mean, I was blown away when he said that you have to be put through a test to get to where you're going. And he said that sometimes he didn't understand what was going through the test and da-da-da-da-da. After Malcolm left and he put him through the test and we broke him down, where he'd be like, what the fuck? And then so he said, but he understood. And I equated that to a lot of things that happened in my life about being put to the test and, not giving up. And I have to agree with what he said. If you can't, the first sign of trouble, whatever, and I've learned that in life. And I told him today, the 99th attribute to God is patience. You can't run up and say, how many times you lost some shit and you said, somebody stole it, somebody got my wallet, and then look up and it's over there, and because you didn't take some time to think. Now in my life, I've learned to take some patience and think. Okay, I know da 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 da. So if you think like that on them terms, I have to say, and I respect his daughter saying, she said, I respect that you're whatever, because, you mad at this dude, blah, 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 you saying all these things. And, people are very weak-minded. I'm going to kill him just because you said so,
What was the question?
Nobody knows the question but me.
Yeah, because you didn't say.
You didn't ask a question.
You went on the
I wanted to- I
I was
rant.
listening to what you were saying.
No, I wanted to know your thoughts on what the situation.
I feel a type of way about Louis Farrakhan
Yeah.
just because of he says like a lot of anti-gay, anti-Semitic things.
He hates everyone who's not black, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard him say
But
so
it's
many
a different
things that
point.
to contribute. And see, like you may hear, they might highlight things that he says, just that you hear in the news media. But then there are other times when he breaks it down into a different kind of thing where he said,
That's
Do you
true
like?
too. There's
Wait,
like
so do you like Trump?
pardon me?
Do you like Donald Trump? Like, would you vote for him?
Yes,
I don't think so.
totally.
It's the same thing about him.
Why?
Someone can say the same thing about him that you say about Louis Farrakhan.
I mean,
I
Trump
don't
actually got
understand-
results.
I don't
though.
understand. No, I don't think that's. What do you mean? I don't vote for Donald Trump because I think he's dishonest.
They're all
Everything he said.
dishonest. We all have to know
okay,
that.
but I'm saying, and like
I think he went bankrupt 5 fucking times. There's no.
And this is
business
what I'm
running
thinking.
anything.
There are so many things over the many years that I've been involved with the Muslims that I've heard Farrakhan say, that I've gone and done research. I mean, he's challenged my intelligence to grow to a whole nother level, because when he says something, yeah, that's some bullshit, dog. You gotta be kidding me, Hell no, the moon came, what no? And then I go and I research because you always can't trust the first source of information that you get.
Yeah.
Also, things are taken out of context a lot,
Yeah.
Some people will say something and it's like, that doesn't really seem right. But then you like understand the whole situation around it, or like
That's
their explanation.
true.
You're like,
That
okay,
is
maybe
so
I don't,
true.
maybe I don't agree
Yeah.
with it, but it's like, okay, now it makes a lot more sense,
Like,
'Cause it's happened to me a couple times where it's like you hear, like, okay, here's an example with Trump, where they were like, he called all the immigrants rapists and murderers and all this. And I'm like, no, bro, just play the whole clip. Play 10 more seconds. He's
Yeah,
like,
and then
literally, he's talking about
yeah.
MS-13,
Yeah.
the fucking gang from El Salvador that chops off like fucking babies' heads
I
with machetes.
totally
Like,
agree with
literally,
that.
he was totally talking about
Yeah.
them. He said that.
Yeah.
But everyone used that sound bit for 4 years
years, yeah.
to be like, oh, he said that he called them all rapists and liars. Like, no, he didn't, bro.
That's
Like, so
right.
that's a straight up lie. They cut it
and
out.
they
They
do.
cut one little bit out.
You know what I
In
used
the middle
to
of a
do?
sentence. It wasn't even like a full sentence.
That's what clips are. Like every clip on Twitter.
I
is
hate
just
it, bro.
like
That's
that.
why I hate the news.
hate
I
it.
mean,
This is
oh,
so funny.
if you
When
like the news cycle,
They're
you're tripping.
awful, bro.
When I was in public eye all the time, and if you say, I've had over 300 write-ups in the paper from 1986 to date, and I haven't even been in the paper in I don't know, 10 years, 8 front page articles in different papers around Florida. And what I started doing was when they interviewed me on the news, when they interviewed me, I videotaped them interviewing me, and that's when they stopped bullshitting with what I said. Because they take one thing that you say and just,
They'll make it about that, even though it was a side comment about something that didn't have anything to do with what you were saying.
And then one time, this is so funny, and Sarah, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, right?
No.
Okay, well, look up that name. He used to be the national spokesman. He had Malcolm X's job in the nation, and we hosted a speech. Our organization was called Parents Against Drugs, PAD, at that time, and Kush, because the Kushites built the pyramids. But in 1993, we hosted him in King College in Sarasota, and they were so outraged. I don't know why. White people just like me. I like everybody. I don't care. As long as you're cool with me, I'm cool with you.
I don't know why people like you either.
You don't?
I can't imagine a reason.
No, it's weird how that happens. But anyway, they tried to gang up us and say that we meant this and this and that, and we didn't do anything. And they got to it was almost a heated situation. And they said, "You don't like white people," and I said, "That is straight up bull. I love white people. I have 2 for breakfast every morning." And
hilarious.
He doesn't like the white man.
It took the whole. It took the
seriousness out of it.
Yeah. It took this. They're like, "Damn, okay, we give up. Y'all do what you're gonna do. Fuck it, I don't care no more."
That's hilarious. All right, we should take the shot.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
You got a baby. Come on.
Man, Yukon Jack.
All right.
Bad memories.
To Kolbe for coming on the podcast, to an excellent guest.
Okay.
This is going to be a hell of a ride. Now, I got a question for our special guest today after we take this shot.
Touch theirs. Come on.
Come on,
Clinks.
touch everybody in the
eye.
us.
I don't like
Hit the fucking thing. There you go.
Allons-y.
I don't speak French.
Where are you from, Kolbe?
Florida, bitch.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But
what's one of your favorite experiences growing up in Florida, man?
Where is he from?
I grew up in Belglade, Florida.
What?
So
You grew up in Belglade?
if you know me,
Bro.
you would not expect me to come from
You're
that
so
type
nice.
of
And that's a
environment.
rough place.
It's a rough
That's
fucking place.
like one of the roughest towns in straight up the U.S.
It is
Like, period.
a pretty fucking
One of
bad
those
place.
violent-
You
like,
know
that's
what? You know
wild,
what
bro.
cracks me up about you the most?
What?
You remind me of myself when I was younger.
That's so depressing.
Why do you say depressing?
It's a warning. That's why we had you on this podcast. It's actually an intervention. Young San.
Why do you say that?
That's why you want me to sell flowers so bad?
Yeah,
Man,
you
I
just
could
like
care
him.
less if you sell flowers.
We're gonna shave your head.
You just
We're
like
gonna
him.
make you gain some weight.
Sin,
We're gonna
light,
put-
and
Oh God.
But continue your story.
Yes, about
What we
Belgrade.
have
Please, I would
about
love to hear
Belgrade,
more about
Florida.
Belgrade.
From the nicest place on earth, Belglade, Florida, where I seen someone get shot when I was 6. So
That fucking
one of
sucks.
those has
How's
a really
that
high.
affected you?
Super high violent.
It kind of desensitizes you. The more violent
Right.
shit you see,
You adapt to it when you're young.
yeah. And then they had the highest AIDS populate. It's
Really?
disgusting. Yeah, really
Goddamn.
high.
Yo, that's wild, bro.
So
That's why you gotta fuck people with condoms in Florida. Like straight up.
Real
Like
talk?
Tampa's a syphilis capital of almost the U.S. Tallahassee.
It makes sense,
Tallahassee has its own strain of gonorrhea.
his
FSU.
own strain
Yeah.
of gonorrhea.
Yeah.
no shit.
100% from
Like the
FAMU,
Taliban.
from both the
would you even call
FAMU
that?
and FSU students fucking. Just like in general, like so much fucking going on between like a small population. Like it bred its own shit. There's its own strain of gonorrhea.
Wow,
That's disgusting.
Yeah, so I'm saying like Florida, like
that's a lot of fucking.
We're so amazing out here, though.
I love Florida.
What other
I
state
love
can
my
make
God,
I
this is
love
great.
it.
I thought
I've
Belle
seen
Glades was like you had to be rich to live in Belle Glades.
You had to be
It sounds
rich to
nice.
live
No,
there?
Belglade sounds nice.
That's like the last place you want to go. I feel
I
like.
thought
Dude,
that's
it's like-
where.
hold on,
I
have you
thought
seen the
that's where
Boondocks?
Mar-a-Lago
Yeah.
was.
Do you remember where Thugnificent shows where he comes from?
That's-
And it's from it's like literally I think it's supposed to be making fun of like Belglade or like
South Florida.
or South Florida, or there's one
Or
town in
some shit,
Louisiana,
right? Yeah.
like, that was like the whole thing. It's like this place. Oh, the cops up and left. They're out of here.
Yeah,
Like, they did. It's like where'd the police go after that? Like, man, they didn't go anywhere after that. They were just gone. Like it was fucked
Right.
up. People walking naked and shit. I was like, damn. Boondocks is wild. I don't know how they could.
I
That's
love
That's my
Boondocks.
favorite show
They
that's
couldn't
ever.
stop. Get away with
10
it. They couldn't get away
like
with it.
adult animated shows of all time.
Adult
Oh,
animated
for
shows.
sure.
I love adult
Top 10
animation. That's my
animes of all
favorite
time.
thing.
And Star Wars Rebels.
Top 10
What?
anime.
Rebels?
Star Wars Rebels.
Or are you
Shit,
talking about the
man.
Clone Wars? Because Clone Wars was
I love that too.
fire.
Yeah, like you like Rebels?
I like
I
the
never watched
Rebels, the
Rebels.
little
You're tripping.
cartoons
I ain't
motherfuckers.
Nah, but the Clone Wars slap better.
I
Clone
like
Wars
that too.
gas.
Clone Wars is way better.
There's a lot.
What was the
there's a lot
name of
good
the
shit.
Rebels little ship? The Ghost?
Wait, the Millennium Falcon?
No.
I didn't watch Rebels, so I can't even.
Oh, you're talking about in like a show called Rebels? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Star Wars Rebels.
Never heard.
Star
I love playing
Wars-
Star Wars
Rebels.
video games. Bro, like Star Wars Republic Commando was one of the coolest things. So you played an elite squad of like a clones, but they would it was a first person shooter
Yeah.
and you worked as a squad. This was for original Xbox. It was like one of the sickest fucking games.
Have you seen the new one with the guy who played the gay kid in
Finn or whatever?
fucking A?
Happy Pride Month, by the way.
Yeah. Shameless. The redheaded gay kid.
He's in Star Wars.
He's in a Star Wars video game.
The,
You
the
play-
ginger.
Yeah. You were the main.
I got choked by
He's
Chewbacca.
the main character in. Hang on.
The ginger got a
What?
little mini-
He's the main character in a Star Wars video game. And
Which
like
gay kid? Oh, you're talking about. Oh, I know who you're talking about. The
From
Force
Shameless.
Unleashed.
Oh,
when he-
fucking,
from
you're talking about
Shameless.
The Force Unleashed, and yeah, Ian from Shameless. He's the model of the character.
Yeah.
that they
Is he
made.
like the clone of Darth Vader?
He's not like
No.
Or it's like the
I forget who he is.
I forget his whole thing, but he's like the main guy. I think he's like a pilot or some shit. And I don't think he's a clone. Like he's not a clone.
No.
He's
He's
like an
a
individual
Jedi.
who joined.
He is a Jedi.
He's a Jedi. I thought he was.
He uses Jedi shit to move shit. So yeah.
I mean, he could be a Sith.
In the well, I don't know.
Uses
I
Jedi
played
shit
a
to move
fucking
shit.
couple seconds
It's
of it.
called
Alright.
the Force, bro.
Fair enough. Force Unleashed was a good game too.
I can look it up.
Also, Star Wars Battlefront. Oh my god, that was my jam.
Oh
See,
my
I
god,
don't
Battlefront 2.
actually-
You know, I sometimes when I'm playing that, I feel like I'm playing third person Battlefield because it is made by EA. I feel like I'm playing Battlefield in third person.
It basically is Battlefield, but with Star Wars shit, especially the new ones.
I can't fucking play Battlefield 4 because I can't adjust the FOV,
The what?
the field of view. Because nowadays, like Call of Duty Cold War and all these games are coming out with the ability like PC to
Yeah,
adjust your field of view.
Uh-huh.
Battlefield 4 doesn't have that.
Well, Battlefield 9, dude, I'm getting Battlefield 2042, and that's gonna
Me
be
too.
the most fire shit.
Me too, man.
Bro, you know how I know
It's
good?
gonna be cross-
Steph came up to me and was like, "I want that game." Say, man, what was the last fun video game you
What
played
the
that
hell?
you were having a good time with?
Serious?
Yeah. Well, I used to model, and I did a Pepsi Cola commercial that went nationwide, and I got model. I did this a B-roll movie, and what they did was they put like 8 families in a day at Disney, and they filmed the 8 families, and I was in one of the 8 families.
Yo, is that your kid or is
That's
that a
an
random
actor.
motherfucker?
That's an
You got a
actor.
random motherfucker's dick pressed against your neck.
that's an actor. His is an actor. My wife is an actor. I got a ring on my finger. The other kid, we were all actors, and I got paid I think $1,200 for one day.
That's
and
tight.
It was fucking fun, and then I just didn't do it anymore. And but now because of a lot of other things, and I know some people. That's one of the reasons why I'm losing weight, because I'm gonna get back in it. Because I'm stupid.
Yo, put me on, bro.
I will.
You
No,
need to lose weight.
Okay, I got
What?
some
You need to lose weight?
information.
No, I need to get famous.
I got
put me
some-
on for some like movies or some B-roll.
I got some information about that video game. It's 2019 saw the release of Jedi Fallen Order, a game featuring Jedi Padawan Cal Kestis as
His
the
name's Cal.
Cal.
That's even
C-A-L.
worse somehow.
CALKES.
It's like his name is Calvin. but-
TIS, and is played by that actor. Yeah, so the name of the game
Right.
is Jedi Fallen Order.
What did Family Guy make fun of Keith? Keith was like one of the worst names.
Oh, it was Keith.
Keith?
Yeah, they said, "What's the ugliest name for a guy?"
Oh fuck!
and they
Keith.
said, "Keith."
It really
Keith is a
It's
cuck.
Like it really is.
Hey,
like a,
Keith.
It's not a great
Keith,
name.
Keith, they're watching this right now. You fucking cuck. You're a cuck, Keith.
Okay, not
King Cuck.
not. Okay,
King
I
Cuck
know
Keith.
one Keith. I'm not talking about you, bro.
We're talking
I
about you,
just had
bro.
to Say that. Okay, they might be, but they're dicks.
I'm sorry, Keith. Terrible fucking name. Change it.
How about K Dog?
It's like he's trying to sell me
K-Dog is-
ketamine.
Look at him. He's all young and shit.
Colby needs another shot of Yukon Jack.
Colby does.
he does.
What is that?
That first one got me sweating. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That shit was
You know what?
funny as
We'll
fuck.
move
fuck.
away
It's hot
from it
in
for a
here.
sec.
What is
But
this?
it's definitely
That's
not
Ciroc
hot.
white grape.
We got some Ciroc right.
So can I know about your
grape in the-
education?
in the
My
middle?
education,
Yeah.
my background.
Yeah.
I went to Freedom High School here in
You went to
Tampa,
Freedom,
Florida.
yep.
I moved to Tampa when I was in the 5th grade,
White bitches that think
It's
they're
probably
black
like
drink this.
when like in the 5th grade was the first time I seen like white people and like,
Really?
Belglade, bro. Like
it's literally like straight black people and like
a couple
one or
like
two,
Hispanics
yeah,
probably. No
So-
Asians.
None. I've never seen a white person. Only on TV.
That blows my mind.
Like, only on like Disney Channel. Like,
Because of
Wow.
what?
Yo, oh, hold on. Was CW the main channel in Belglade? I know it was. It was the C-Dubs.
CW, that's like 44.
it was
Back in the day, UPN,
TNT,
UPN back in the day. That's what we
UPN,
used to call it.
TNT, USA.
My mom used to watch
Yeah.
the
Alright,
Dude,
CW
I
so-
love
all day.
CW though. Straight up,
It
that
has
was one of my
good
favorite
shows.
channels to watch.
Now you're
Everybody hates
graduated
Chris.
from
Are you
high
kidding me?
school and you go to USF.
I went to HEC for 2 years.
HEC's the bomb. I love HEC.
I'm on the break
Me too.
where I can go to USF, but like, will I?
Me too.
I don't know.
Yeah, like are
Can I-
degrees
can I-
even
I
worth
think
it
you should
nowadays?
study
For like
some-
half of it.
Where?
It's like-
I'll tell you some funny shit.
It'll be for being a teacher, and it's like, do I really want to get paid?
Dude, no,
like,
you're
X
gonna
amount
pay
of-
money to like not. You're taking a pay cut just by pursuing that, unless you love doing it. But in
Yeah.
that case, you should find a way to teach, like maybe doing it online or something that you don't need a degree or do it in a traditional like institution. Like if there's something that you're passionate about, like, for instance, I could totally teach history, like American history. I could
Yeah.
teach any high school
Are
American
you
history
talking
course,
about
100%.
his story?
Her
Bro, you
story.
say that every single time, and I want to smack you in the mouth.
He doesn't
Why?
think
I'm just kidding.
He doesn't believe
just
in
kidding. I just hear-
dinosaurs. He
I'm
thinks
sorry.
dinosaurs
every
aren't real.
single time I
Landon.
talk about history, he goes, wait,
Landon.
His
He
story.
thinks that dinosaurs aren't real.
You think dinosaurs aren't real? Like real talk. Like I'm not judging you. I am
No,
judging you.
you
To
look
be
it
honest,
up.
but
He
like,
is,
Look it
but
up.
he's not like,
Look it
like
up.
I
rude
accept
about it.
The
that
way the
your opinion.
whole concept that you think of what a dinosaur is not true.
See, I'm the type of person.
They're
Like,
birds.
But the fossils, you don't need concepts if you got fossils.
so no, but why do you think that though?
Look it up.
What
I'm
happened-
A lot of them were birds.
first of
To me, bro.
all- first
So
of
what
all-
were
about
bird
what
dinosaurs.
about
First of all,
incisors?
like,
Can I
Wait,
give
wait,
you-
wait.
First of all,
Can I
my
ask a question?
master's is in religious archaeology. All right.
You don't got no
I hate when
masters.
you do that.
I'm sorry, but I
But
can't hear you.
Anyway, they were look, if you I can't explain it now, but if you send
Why
me
not?
I can give you a link that will explain that it was just a figment of the imagination of the Europeans to create the system that we have now.
So slavery and systemic racism all
I
comes
never.
from
First of all,
dinosaurs.
racism. No, first of all, race is a measurement against time, and I
It's
didn't say. I said the system because see, all the stuff that we think we need, we don't really need. You had societies. Forget you. We had societies that existed
What the fuck
without
did I do?
money.
Forget you.
How
What did I-
money?
why did he
how
say
money
that?
was created? It's better than shh.
Bro, I get it. You
Anyway.
don't like Jewish people. Can
I
we
never
move on?
said that.
It
Man,
is
I
the
love
Jews.
Jewish people.
Wait. I have a
And
question
listen,
though.
you know what's
Low
funny?
key though it is.
But I have a
Listen, no, I'm
question.
gonna tell you this.
And I'm Jewish.
What
Listen
about?
to me.
Wait a minute.
Look, man, your family has been better than me than
My
my
family's
own
cool as
fucking
hell.
family.
I'll say
Yeah.
that. Like, dude,
And-
I got a good ass family.
Yeah,
But-
you do, and you're one of the coolest people I know. I
Yeah,
love
you
you to
really
death
are
like a
actually
little
one of the
brother.
coolest people
So
I
it's
know.
not, I
Thank
don't
you.
like
You're
don't
right.
like people that
Thank
don't
you.
treat people
I like
Shut
the
the
honesty.
fuck up,
unfair.
Kolbe.
You know, I like everything equal. You know, we're gonna be cool. Let's do it equally.
See, I don't like everything
Adam's
equal.
a
Right.
fucking
No, you
bitch.
don't.
I have-
no, I
yeah.
mean, I like
I ha-
people. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of person you are. Or what,
Wait,
Yeah.
the conversation about dinosaurs.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
First
yeah.
of all,
why don't
it
you
makes
think
it
there's dinosaurs?
it
There's
makes it-
literally fossils. I don't.
There-
there's
wait,
bones.
what about?
even-
Wait, I have a
even-
question for
okay,
you.
Okay.
That's
I have
the
a question.
first
What
one.
about an
Fossils.
incisor that's bigger
Fact
than
one.
any mammal or any
A what?
a tooth? When they
Yeah.
find teeth that are incisors that
Yeah.
are bigger than any animal that you've ever seen ever. What do you explain? How do you
Fossils.
explain
even,
this?
even when
Are people
I was, even,
are people hiding gigantic
even,
fake bones?
Even when I was in school,
I'm asking
as
you.
a little kid, they would say they found this little thing right here, and from this little thing, they create this big, gigantic monster.
Okay, well, there is some truth. There
Wait.
is some truth about them sometimes
Okay,
finding
hold
a
on,
bone
hold
or
on.
two and then putting together like
Okay.
models of them. But they have found near complete skeletons. They have found preserved remains of like I don't want to say.
Okay, I am not an expert
Right.
in paleontology,
And,
and
paleo-
it is my belief that that's figment of the whole Western civilization's imagination.
Jews and white people.
so how? What?
He
What?
created the
what-
dinosaurs.
So, but what was it?
I'm trying to explain my point as best I can. Okay, but you keep cutting me out because I'm not an authority. I just happen to believe the evidence that I have seen and what I have. Because where did the moon come from?
Where did
The moon is supposed to come from an impact event that an asteroid hit
That's
the
a
Earth.
theory.
I thought it was a planet. Like
No,
the,
no, no. The whole idea about the moon, the prevailing
It hit.
theory, what they call Occam's razor, is that it hit, and then there was a bunch of space debris created from that floating around. You had that, and then sorry, I didn't mean to leave you hanging.
No, I was.
Oh, I didn't know if you
I
were,
was.
I just saw you with your closed hand, so all I saw was a closed hand. I thought you were trying to fist bump me, and then I left you hanging, so I felt
Is that
like
like
a
some
douche.
Proud Boy
Okay.
shit?
No, that was great.
Can I-
Continue. No, continue.
Can I-
Continue.
Okay, go
He
ahead,
wasn't
go
done.
ahead. I want- 'cause
Continue.
Okay, but so there was an impact event, like a huge asteroid hitting that totally annihilated. There was no life on Earth by this point, I don't think, and if there was, it's all extinct again because everything just got fucked up.
Yeah.
Earth got changed, the mass of Earth dramatically decreased, and this space shit was floating around, and it got gathered in large chunks and started to create like an orbit kind of. It will pull more dust and shit like that, and after like a billion years, fucking moon forms. That's the most basic fucking uneducated way to put it, but the idea is like an asteroid hit
No,
that
that's-
shit.
that's
a bunch of shit
good.
came off the Earth, and from that material is where
Right.
the moon was created.
What about the
Imagine
hollow?
looking
What about
outside in a big ass?
What about the
Oh,
hollow
you done.
moon
If you take
theory?
up the whole sky, you're done.
Did you hear him?
fuck.
What about
Hollow
the hollow
moon?
moon theory?
I think that'd be
have-
fucking cool. That reminds me. But
Okay,
my
I
thing
have
is
one more.
What about the cheese moon theory?
Okay, no.
I have a question after you're done.
big brain.
After you're done, I got a
What
question.
about the moon came from this planet?
I mean, that would be the impact of
That
it.
would
I thought
have
it-
been from the
I'm
impact
saying
event,
It
yes.
was exploded from this planet into outer space.
Well, yeah.
like it was a
Hence
ship.
the
That's how
Grand
it did, right?
Canyon.
That's what the grand majority of scientists, I think, believe, right?
They believe that the material for it came from Earth.
From here, yeah.
like
someone
it's
told
of
them.
Earth.
Someone told them when you get there, this is what you need to get there, and when you get there, you're gonna find it smells like an explosion, and that's in the Library of Congress.
Get where?
Get
To the moon. It's in
Go
the
to the
Library
moon.
of Congress that it smells like an explosion.
It says it's in the Library of Congress.
Well,
That's what
everybody,
you-
I think, everything, even the scientists even agree that the moon came from the impact event that was here.
So
Okay.
far, that's the best we got, and it's a pretty
Yeah.
reasonable explanation.
I think
so
a lot
until
of
any
the
new
things that
evidence
you
comes to light, I
think
think
have
that's
recently
what I'd
came
stick
into
with.
scientific understanding.
Adam,
and
you need
I
a shot of UConn,
think-
Jack.
I
Let's
think.
do it. But honestly,
Why do you
we
think
don't know,
I'm
but we
right?
don't like conclusively know. Like
So what the modern person thinks as is a dinosaur? What was it? Why was the bone so big? Why can we find such?
I already told you that they made it up.
they made it up.
They just made it up.
So
Come
they just
on,
made it
bro.
up. So the
You have
so the
more logical arguments
paleontologists
than that.
today that are digging shit and they're actually finding
Full of
gigantic
shit.
bones.
They
are
went
full
there
of
the
shit.
night before.
What
they
if
picked it all
so
up.
if
they
somebody
threw it in there.
so if somebody if you
They
can
are
so
full of
if so
shit.
if a paleontologist takes you to a dig site and uncovers a bone, what are you gonna say?
That's some bullshit.
That's okay. That's fair. What if he goes
First
with
of
you
all-
and he discovers
First
some
of
shit?
all, I have been to a dig site that I have dug myself.
Yo,
in
what-
Philippi Park over there in Safety Harbor, and I have excavated that park with the sample dig that I can show you the paperwork of how I dug this deep in certain area. I've fucking took the metal detector. This was one of my graduate programs, and metal detected the area to find and put little sticks where I saw, whatever, so I could draw some kind of conclusion.
What kind of conclusion?
Well, because I don't know
I'll tell you in a
anything, I took a metal detector to see what I would find in this particular area. And if I found something with the metal, we didn't have money, so I'd put a little sticker there. And from what I knew in the history of this area, I try to draw some conclusions why there was so much, why there in this little area there were groups of metal stuff and da 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 da. And then after I did that, then I took the area because we didn't have money. I could only do sample digs of whatever. And so I would do a dig here, and I had to cross-reference it where it was on this entire diagram that I made. And I dug down, I think, 18 inches. The dirt changed colors and whatever. And I found this is one of the most coolest things that I'm glad that I hear too. One of the most important things in archaeology is not to steal the shit that you find. And I found a fucking musket. I mean, a real friggin'
I
musket.
would
And
definitely steal the shit.
I
that
wanted
found.
to. I wanted
Like,
to
that
steal
is
A
that
whole
shit.
musket?
That is
Yeah,
mine.
a
Like,
fucking
what the fuck?
musket, and I wanted to steal it. So I found.
I would have totally
wanted to
taken it.
I wanted to steal.
100%.
There was some other stuff there, but then if you steal it, then you're not.
How are you
just-
stealing it though? If
You know,
just-
you're-
you just
Because
found it.
I'm on a dig. This was a fucking dig. Listen.
Oh, you mean
when-
stealing something from the dig instead of
Yeah.
like reporting it as like?
So
yo,
wait,
this is
at
Earth
this
finds.
dig site where they're
you're saying like, yo,
specifically
I'm gonna
looking
take this
for dinosaur
personally.
bones?
Okay, that's fair.
No.
So
I
have
was,
you-
no,
Nah,
no.
I
I
can
was
take a
looking
musket.
for what
was-
I was looking for
It's just 7
whatever
feet
I
tall.
could
My
find.
My question was,
All right, boys. I'm gonna
if
eat
a
fucking
paleontologist took you to a dig site that they were specifically digging for dinosaur bones, and you saw them uncover some shit.
I would fucking come up with some shit. You a lie?
You would come up with some shit.
Yeah,
You
you a
know,
lie.
like we need to know
You a
about.
lie,
If it's the
motherfucker.
biggest
You-
fucking bone you've ever seen in your fucking-
No, bitch, that's a lie. See, because
All right,
If it
so
happened
I
in
got an
front of
idea
your
about lies
fucking
too.
face?
I got a prevailing
If
theory.
it happened in front of your fucking face.
The pyramids don't exist. They're not real. Never been, never was. It's just some fucking tourist trap. It's just to put all the eyes on Egypt. What you think about that?
I was in on that shit.
Nation of Islam. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
The nation made you do it.
And now they're and who runs Egypt now? Muslim Brotherhood. See, Nation of Islam, Muslim Brotherhood, fake pyramids. Boom.
I'm in the thick of it.
It's the Twilight Zone in here.
No, but I'm gonna tell you something.
Hieroglyphics don't exist.
So what ruled the
It's
earth?
all Crayola, watercolor.
This is some real shit.
Do you know what ruled the earth?
I don't know nothing about that, but this is what I do know. I
But you know a lot
follow-
about dinosaur bones,
I
right?
follow God as the geometry of development. And when I read the Bible and the Quran, I didn't understand the Bible at all until I read the Quran. I wrote them both at the same time in prison. And when I read the Quran and the Bible, it made a lot of sense. And it has nothing. I realized that if you let four walls incarcerate you, you're already in jail before you went there. You know, it's all about
Freedom is a state of mind.
Yeah, it's a state of mind, and
So
it's
is
like
hell.
Yeah.
I'm a good.
I agree.
It says, "Our Father who art in heaven, on earth as it is in whatever." And it's like if you want to see hell, come into this bitch at 5:30 in the morning. You'll see hell, motherfucker. Walk around. That's hell.
Yes.
That's hell.
By the way,
We made up
If
that
you-
concept though, like of hell, like, especially the
Well,
Bible.
But hell is
if you
only a
study
state of mind, though.
religion, they all
Right.
first of all, this
the
is
Jews
what,
don't believe in hell like as a formal place.
yeah.
'Cause I
Well,
think that's a whole created concept by
it is. It is.
Well, yeah, it's to make you scared.
Not just by
so you
Christians,
could basically
everybody
enslave
did
an
it.
entire way of people and
But-
they convince them for you
like
to give all your wealth to
torturing,
them.
like-
Christians
Yeah,
are
burn.
terrorists.
And what the word religion does
Not
not
anymore.
mean what you think it means.
When
The
was the
word
last time
religion
Christians
means
fucking
obey
terrorized
God.
people?
They use
A
hell
Latin
to scare
word,
people into believing what they believe.
religiosis.
People
That's
who
what
are
it
gonna
means.
get scared are gonna
But they
get
say,
scared. That's
okay,
terrorism.
religion is
I mean, you can say what you want,
Christianity.
but
Talking
no one's
about two
forcing
different
anyone to do
things.
I'm
anything.
just saying Christianity, Buddhism, those are venues to religion. All religion means is obey God. That's what it means.
That's what I hate. That's why I don't like. That's why I never got into religion. I've never been like good at following.
But you
blindly
might
up
actually
found
be
stuff.
obeying God just by being a good person and doing what you do. You might, because the whole reality of everything really isn't that you have to follow these specific rules and you obey God. And there's some being that's out there that's watching you at every moment, every day that fucking
that is
is
God.
expecting
That's like
you.
me.
No, but he
Obey
says
God.
that God is the geometry of development. So what that would mean is that the universe itself, just the fact that you're alive right now, you are the mirror of God because God itself is really just life.
That's a
We're
good
alive
explanation.
by accident.
No, I would say
a whole bunch
Go
of
ahead.
particles just clumped together.
Well, let me talk.
and
Like the Big Bang.
Well, the
Let's
fact that
talk
you're
about it,
conscious
though.
is all
You got
proves that the universe is fucking conscious. Maybe not proves it.
I have
but-
more respect for the flea because the flea does exactly what God created it to do. And you have the sun, the moon, the stars. When things are created, they're given laws to obey when they're created. Now, in the old patriarchs in the Bible, these people lived 800, 500, 600, 700 years because they were in accordance with law. The people nowadays, they can't make 30, 40, 50 years old, losing their hair, the teeth, hair falling out, everything, because they're not in accordance with law. And if you don't go in accordance with the laws of obedience to the way we are set up to be created, then you're disobeying the laws of creation, and that is only one way, like God said, is
eat less
death.
sugar, y'all.
That's what I'm screaming.
yeah, I'm disobeying.
Hold on,
I'm
though.
not
What
gonna
what
lie.
I'm saying though
See,
is when
but
you mention all the particles, it's
God
like
is
you can think
not
of
separate.
God in a sense as like momentum. God,
Right on.
No, think of God as momentum
Right
in a
on.
sense. So you had the Big Bang, and it created all this energy, which went forth into the universe. And that's the energy that's constantly flowing through and creating things and destroying things constantly. So you can think of God as that driving life force. Whether or not some people think of God as like a being who's thinking about things and doing things, or you
Nope.
can think of it as the driving force
God is
behind
chaos.
everything.
God is chaos.
Which is just
And it's a girl.
which is the way that I've thought about God sometimes. Literally, is just the momentum. You know, it's
God-
the
I
momentum
think God
behind
just
the
is
Big Bang
chaos.
It's
that
just-
continues throughout everything, and that it's the engine that power. It's the fuel that powers life. And we already
excuse
end up
me,
in,
like,
excuse
we
me.
I think
as
that
humans need as like a concept of like why we're here, like an explanation of like
we've reached that point in our
Why?
development where we feel the need to figure that out, whereas most to no other animals really are. They just live, they're trying to survive, but we have the luxury nowadays that we don't have to constantly be so worried about survival, fucking find where our next meal's coming from, and like getting eaten by fucking bears and fucking getting AIDS and
Bitch,
shit.
you ain't been on Nebraska.
Human beings
Nebraska
are so
Florida
fucking
rescue by
smart.
the
Don't go to
goddamn.
Nebraska
Here's the
after
deal.
midnight.
No, what's that? What is that place called? God damn, where you get hamburgers at? Talking about
McDonald's?
worrying about the next meat. Checkers on Nebraska and
Oh, I
Florida.
love that Checkers, bro. I go there all the time.
And you don't see death
Checkers
and
fries,
destruction
top
there.
10.
And hold up,
Top
sir.
5.
I have to explain
Dude,
to you.
they're busting. People talk shit about them, but they're fucking awesome. They always treat
The
me
rest
nice
of
too.
them menu?
Excuse me, sir.
I seen wings on their menu the other day. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, they're supposed to be good.
Suspicious, like
Excuse me,
wings?
sir.
They've been on. Hold on, 1 second. They've been selling wings for about 10 years now.
the wings are good.
They've been selling
What
wings for
wings?
about. I'm not saying they're
Who?
good.
Checkers.
Like they're not.
Huh?
They don't compare
Checkers.
to like a gas bar's wing. They don't compare. But like if you really want a wing, they're not like terrible. And I got them like 10 years ago. Like they've had wings for a long time.
I've never seen
Wings from
Uh-huh.
Checkers.
Yeah,
That's just
dog.
so suspicious.
No, I mean it's not
It's
ideal,
very
but there's
suspicious.
worse.
Here, hey, how does this sound?
I just wanted to say the
How
next
does
time
this
you
sound?
go on the off subject there, because we don't want to talk about that because you went in contradiction to say enlightenment, and that is a goal to recruit what do we call them?
well, not
disciples.
everybody is following.
not in your
anything.
cult. Like I'm
We're not.
saying,
Oh
like,
man,
You're the only person
Just
that
give us
perpetuates.
control
Oh,
of
now
your
you're gonna-
finances, and we'll
We're
figure
just-
it all out for you. We'll give you just what you need to live. You'll be so
All
much
hail
happier
Xenu.
when you give us all of your things. He gets it, and this guy gets
oh,
it.
Hell, Xena.
I'm in love with Katie Holmes. I'm in love with Katie Holmes.
So anyway,
I love Tom Cruise. I'm sorry.
anyway,
Tom
We have to have a-
5'5" Tom Cruise.
No, okay.
we have to have.
So
hey, listen,
human
don't
beings are so smart.
Deviate from the Sandlightman program. You know your disciples stop
Program?
talking shit.
Oh my god.
Listen here. Human beings are so smart that we found our way out of the food chain,
That's
and
true.
we're not even the strongest fucking
We
thing
don't
out
even
there.
consider ourselves like animals. That's like we don't even
We
consider
are
ourselves
animals.
animals.
We
at
are
all.
animals.
Man,
like-
I'd eat every one of y'all
We separate
motherfuckers.
ourselves
Hey,
from animals so
if
much.
we-
We
if
do,
we
but
was
like,
in a
I think about it.
situation-
We're still a
The
fucking
animal food chain is like, bro.
You're not eating this
Hey,
motherfucker
if we
over
was in
here,
a
bro.
situation, y'all motherfuckers better hide
You're
from
not
me.
eating me,
I'm
bro.
not even a zombie. I'm eating
I
y'all
thought we
You're
were
not
motherfuckers.
definitely
eating
one of
me,
the,
bro.
we're at, like towards the
Hey,
bottom
look.
of the food chain. If I put you in a cage with the hippo,
And you're
You're gonna
going
get
first, Adam, because
The thing
you
is, we
too
do have our
skinny.
brain on our side, but the thing is, it depends on what
Straight
resources.
hands.
Huh?
I will
Straight
fucking
hands.
kill
Hey.
you.
It's
No.
not natural environment. Natural environment, you got trees. Like, we got to do it.
Okay.
Man,
If
I
you
got
try to
the
eat
idea
me,
that
I'm
maybe
gonna
you can
fucking
strangle
put
it or
something
you
in
take
your
it.
head.
I mean, a hippo, you're going to die.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna grab a
9
stick to
out of
fight a
10
hippo?
times, You're going to get killed by a hippo. But a hippo's high on the food chain. Hippos kill more people in Africa.
Apex predator.
They kill more
Man,
people in
I'd
Africa
eat
than
that
any
hippo,
other.
bitch. What the fuck you trying
You
to
are
eat?
like a
Okay, hungry
delicious
hippo over
snack
here
for a
talking about
hippo.
how he's going to eat his own kind.
Can I say
He's
this?
going to cannibalize the hippos.
Listen to me.
I'm being rude right now.
No, I'm probably was because I was having fun with the subject. I have in my imagination fought lion, tigers, and bears.
In your imagination.
Yes, in my imagination,
You
and I.
get washed by a lion.
Hold
tiger,
on,
or
wait a
bear.
second.
Well,
wait,
hold on, male
wait,
lion or
wait,
female lion?
Wait, let me finish now. And I have fought a 80-pound child. six,
80-pound child.
no, a child, a 80-pound dog.
80-pound child.
No, a
Child?
child dog that was trying to eat
Oh, I
my
thought you said
ass.
child. Like,
Now,
sometimes
let
I'm
me
like,
ask you
bro, it's
this.
not a flex.
You know, listen, let me ask you this. Just think about this for 1 second. Now, if you study animals' behavior, whatever, and I'm not trying to talk shit that, and like him and I were saying the other day, fear is real. But, I mean, fear is not real. Danger can be real. And I think about this all the time because we live in a place where there's alligators. What happened if an alligator would grab you?
You
have to
getting
think about-
washed, bro? Like,
Huh?
You getting washed?
Nah, bro, I could take out an
You
alligator.
think
I
he's
think
in the
so.
water doing death roll?
Hell
How
yeah.
big is it?
Hell yeah.
Average size.
Oh, what's average though? If it's like,
I don't give a
6
fuck.
feet,
That's
if
why I
it's
said
like
average.
if it's like
Man.
6 feet or under, I could get it.
If
6
that
feet
cat
under,
was
6
big
feet
as
or
this
under, I could
house,
get
I'm
it.
going to kill it.
How big? Like, how much does the alligator weigh?
Like it depends
Can
how
you
big
look
they're.
that
Like, a
up,
6 foot
internet
gator
man?
sounds big, but it's not because their tail takes up like a lot, But like a
My
10-foot
son
gator, a
weighs
10-foot
like-
gator
Look it up,
weighs like
internet
4
man.
times as much as like a
What?
6-foot gator.
How big is that?
What would
the
happen if
average
you
gator?
punch a tiger in his eye
Yeah, he
who
said
has
he's shredded
never
now.
been hit in his eye? If you punch a tiger directly in it, bam! He ain't never been hit in his eye before. That's gonna
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do with a shark, right? Hit in the nose or some shit. If it's,
That's what I heard.
but like, what the
and then-
fuck am I gonna like? I'm gonna in the middle of him chomping my leg.
No, you can't let that happen.
I'm not gonna get in the water. I'm black.
No, I'm a certified scuba diver, which he found out today, or he
I
didn't
had no idea. That's amazing. I love that.
And so anyway, well, they don't fuck with black people. They think we're whale turds anyway. So
I think they think all humans are whale turds. Wait, they because we're. I meant seal. You said whale turd. You fucked up.
That's fucked up. But anyway, no, this is honest to God. When I go scuba diving, they the fish follow me around like I'm Aquaman. It's crazy.
Bro, you're getting watched by an alligator, bro.
Yeah, like
The average American alligator is 500 fucking pounds.
Yeah,
You're
bro.
dead.
you don't
I'm
think
with
so?
you, man. Fuck that new.
I'm just like the ones that
Google's
they
wrong,
actually
fake
bother to
news.
measure and shit. I would say yeah, but like the little ones, they don't even fuck with. Like in Florida, like most of them are little ones, like tiny ones, or like okay, I'll put it this way: a 6-foot gator is like this big. That has to be no more than like 180 pounds tops, like human size.
And if a big ass shark came here, I'd dive right in his. I'd dive right in his mouth. and
does a
just tear
6-foot
everything
gator
apart.
weigh?
Weight, yeah,
That
there
was
you go.
funny.
How much do you weigh, Landon?
I weigh 190.
190. You feel like pretty.
The mature
average
size is
in
up to
person.
8'6" with
It's
a
all
body
in your
weight
mind.
up to
You can't be
200
afraid of
pounds.
nothing.
Seven-
200
Nah, fuck
pounds is
that.
the
If I
max.
see a
weight.
gator, I'm gonna cry. Like I'm not gonna fight a gator.
Well, no,
I'm
you
gonna
don't
get
want to
washed.
fight a gator. You want to only if you have to.
It's gonna death roll. It's gonna grab my
Uh,
leg.
what
death
if-
roll.
what- huh?
I'm done. Like death roll.
Well,
and
why
I'm
don't
done.
you try to poke him in his eyes immediately?
I mean, you got
Because he's
It
not
doesn't
gonna death.
matter.
He's not gonna death roll you.
He has a
Kick that nigga in the face, man. You gotta fight the death, dog. I ain't not playing.
Hey, bro,
What if he
let's
was-
go to the lake. Right, let's go to the.
I'm not gonna
swamp
go.
right
I'm
now.
not gonna invite myself to it.
Because we have the privilege of living in Florida, where we can
I'm
go
not
to the
gonna go.
swamp.
Listen to me, bro.
Hop
Have
in
you
that
ever
shit.
have you ever had your life and you gotta fight like it like Clint? I never heard it better said than Clint. He said when it comes down to it, you gotta get darn right mean.
Did you hear about the guy who fought off like the mountain lion? Like beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
mountain lion?
that's
he
what-
got the
yeah,
hands. He
yeah.
hands his ass. He
Beat-
fucked him up.
Yeah.
Did he kill it right with his bare hands, or they?
I
like,
killed it. I think he killed it, and some
Yeah.
people were offended. I'm like, he was getting
The
attacked
fuck
by a
did you-
mountain lion.
Yeah,
fuck
fuck
you,
that,
bitch.
man. I'm kicking
every
your ass.
organism, and I will say this: every organism has a right to self-defense. It's
Yeah.
inherent in. That isn't something granted by God. It's not something granted by the Constitution. If we're talking about humans, everyone has a right to defend themselves. Every bee has a right to defend itself. Every single thing has a right to defend
No
itself.
lie.
How could you ask anyone to put
He
that
was
to
in
the
nature.
side?
He
It's
was in
wild.
nature, and he
was
beat
in-
it fair and square.
He
That's
literally-
right.
he got
With
hands
Killer
fucking
be
hard.
cool. And it's like this though. If you think about, I watch these little videos about these, like the tigers. They always go and they do the same attack measure. You know, so if this guy's gonna attack you, this measure, like I saw the other day, a wildebeest played dead. And then when they got real relaxed, he jumped up and hauled ass. They was mad as fuck, but that shit made me
Wildebeest play dead.
whatever it was. I don't know, some fucking animal. I don't know.
So bad for like wildebeest, zebras,
Yeah,
like
they
all
get fucked
animals.
up.
Got, like,
But they've been learning now. They
Same
fight
with deer.
together.
Think about deer.
This
Deer are constantly being hunted by everything.
Just getting
Whether,
fucked,
not even
right?
like people. Like they either get started. Like there's so much.
But
yeah, they're
if
getting
you
fucked
notice,
constantly.
Fuck.
the animals they're starting to fight back each other. I don't know, if, but I see a lot of videos where they're like, "Dude, that's our homeboy. Let's go
that's
stomp him."
evolution.
like you see like dog on raccoon incidents.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You should call that in, police, or like
I caught a
animal.
shark
What
as
the
big
fuck
as
is
him.
wrong with you, Kolbe?
Oh man, you don't
We
believe me?
can't have animal
say?
and animal
Oh, sharks
violence
are
in the
as big
world,
as
bro.
you.
I believe it. I believe that.
Animal
I believe
lives
that.
matter.
When
Oh
when
shit! Hall and Oates are playing in Tampa in September. Buying tickets.
Let's go.
Hall and Oates,
Have you? Who is
bro,
that?
bro,
Man.
bro. Hall and Oates is the best
She's a
pop
big
music
girl.
you get.
I know you don't.
I'm
Wait,
more
hold
like.
on, hold on. Is that even Hall and Oates? You can rely on the old man and say, no, it's not. That is not Hall and Oates.
Yes,
No, it is
Oh
not.
wait,
I promise.
Hall and Oates.
Wait, maybe it is. Yeah, it is. No, it is.
Weren't they
It is.
popping
I
in,
thought
like,
the rest
the
of the
80s?
song-
You're finna get
You're
all
right.
They're popping in the
Hold on.
80s.
Yeah, they're from the 80s, bro. It's like literally they have Man Eater. She's a man eater. Oh,
They did
here she
Sounds of
comes.
Silence, or
And then they have
Sound of-
can't. No, I can't go for that. Oh, I can't go for that. Oh, like,
Yeah,
dude,
no,
nah,
it's
bro,
not
you know that song. Like, it's a jam. Like, honestly, all their
I
music
like
was
that
fucking good.
motherfucking,
Everybody likes.
Did they
like,
do Sound of Silence?
She's
Was
a
that them?
bitch girl.
The
No,
sound.
it don't matter.
I don't know.
That don't matter anyway.
Wait.
Cause you can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money.
Hold on.
She's a bitch girl.
No, hold on.
That's it, man. I love that song.
Yeah, I never heard of Hall and Oates, but have you heard of Lucky? He's gonna be performing.
You've never
in
heard of
August.
Hall and Oates?
Bro, Holland, like, I
He's
don't
He's
want
gonna
to
be
play
Yeah.
performing in August. I hope to see y'all there. He's
Have
gonna
you
be
heard of
like
that one
who?
guy?
Lucky?
Who's that?
Lucky.
Underground rapper. He's an underground king. Not
I
gonna
thought
lie.
you said
Bro, but
Lucky.
hold on. Like, see, my
like the most-
definition of like what I call like they're not underground, but an underground rapper would be like Big Crit, because like he never got really
What?
famous. He's signed, but like he never really did
No.
shit.
Underground's like
In
Summer,
2013,
Sofego.
Big Crit was an underground rapper.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
like
but like
old
I don't like,
underground.
like no one like fucking like no. I feel like no one knows about Big Crit like that.
In
except off of
2013,
features.
Big Crit was underground.
Yeah, he was popping in like 2013, 2012. It's a new underground.
Multi till the motherfucking sun die. Till the motherfucking
have you
sun
heard
die.
of like Sofego?
No.
Never heard of him.
I don't really keep up with like music in general nowadays. If I find shit I like, I'll listen to it. But like, I haven't been on the search in a while.
I'm gonna eat one
You know,
of your
keeping up with
shrimp.
shit. I used to be there in the metal scene. Like I used to know. Bro, I used
I'm
to know
gonna
like
eat it when you ain't
almost
looking.
every metal band and like every album they all produced, bro. I knew way too much.
I recently just got into rock. Like within like a
Like what
year.
kind of rock? Like what kind of bands you been listening to?
I went through the 60s. I went through the 70s.
60s is trippy.
Who
80s
sings the
is
cult
trash.
of personality?
That one black dude that you
No,
keep
Motley
telling me
Crue's
about.
not trash.
Huh?
Motley Crue's not trash.
You know,
I don't like
you know,
glam
you know
rock.
what's so funny
Or-
about
Motley
Color.
Crue
It's
is
Living
not
Color.
glam
But
rock.
they were
Or hair
another
band. They have.
Pay
before that
attention to
song
the
came out.
fucking musicianship.
My bad, bro.
Guys,
Fuck Motley
we're
Crue.
all talking over each other.
Fuck Motley Crue.
because they were another band
Fuck
before
80s
they,
bands.
they were another band before they became the Living Color, because that's when MTV came out. I could
Name
not
one
believe
song by the Motley Crue.
that they, and then when they came out with Living
Exactly,
Color,
trash.
that's
Start my
they
heart.
were that's what made them who they were. They were another band, but they had another style and everything. But it was bad. I love that song.
Yeah, actually. I
Oh,
know
you
that.
gotta add that to the
I
list
know that
too.
song.
Yo, Adam, add that
Talking
to the
over.
list.
Huh?
Add that to the list. Living Color, Cult of Personality. That's the only one I care about.
Cult of personality.
I was just about to start singing that too.
He's Adam.
What do you
Adam
see?
is making me a flash drive with all the songs of my life.
Yeah.
But
I'm
anyways,
making him a
Pink
flash drive
Floyd,
of them.
Rolling
Floyd's-
Stones,
Pink Floyd's tight.
Cream.
I have magically changed what this
Cream
flash
is really
drive
good.
looks like.
I'm trying to go through like
You gotta go through at a certain point. You're gonna have to start going through subgenres.
Give me one.
Because my thing is, you can go through the
maybe like a
mainstream
few.
shit,
But,
through
like-
everything. But like, I feel like the 80s and 90s is where like you want to start listening to a little bit more metal. Like I think,
hate-
Soundgarden.
nah, bro, metal's one of those. Sound, I don't know. Soundgarden's worth listening to, but like
90s is hard too. I love
Alice in
90s
Chains. Alice in Chains.
I
is
like
the
Alice in
be-
Chains.
Is the best.
What about
grunge
Alice
band.
Cooper?
Alice Cooper's tight.
rock. He
School's out for some.
That's
dun,
Alice
dun,
Cooper?
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's Alice Cooper.
Holy fuck.
Alice Cooper's awesome. My brother and my dad saw him when at the amphitheater probably like 20 years, like 15 years ago now.
I like
Heard it was a great show.
alternative rock. So 90s like Smashing Pumpkins,
I don't-
Alice in Chains,
Okay,
There's only a couple Smashing
Soundgarden,
Pumpkins out. Like, you
obviously
need
Nirvana.
Radiohead. You need to listen to
Radiohead,
Radiohead's
yeah.
the one. Green Day. Because the old Green Day is very
Something
different
Peppers?
from new Green Day. Huh?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is fantastic.
Hard.
Everything they do is gas. Red Hot Chili Peppers is like an ultimate vibe, sublime.
Just Sublime. It's just the 80s was so not it.
No,
for me.
dude, the 80s has good shit. It just it's
Motley
different. It's more
Crue is
stadium
good as
arena
fuck.
rock. Like, that's where
Motley
Journey
Crue
comes
4
from.
times.
You know, we're like
Really?
just a small town girl.
That was
Like,
in
that's
the
all. That's
80s?
80s. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of good arena rock and rock ballads. Like
Because the
Don
guys
Henley.
from the 70s that liked it
Like-
kept doing it.
Like, do you remember "Boys of Summer" from Don Henley?
Hey, can I have one of your
Oh.
dreads?
Road. No. Oh, the Eagles,
What?
bro.
Oh, yeah, the Eagles.
The Eagles was 70s, but also 80s, I guess.
Put
but
it in, like,
mostly
your beard?
70s.
No, I want to put it right here in the center of my head. So
What a
people,
bullet! I got you.
No, if
1990
people- if-
some odd saw
That's
your first
aggressive. I'm
dub.
fucking with you.
He's
if
so
people
serious.
talk shit, I can just go right in their eye. Put it
They're
right
called
there.
locks. You
I know,
racist
I
and I
just-
call dread. I'm just joking. I call them dreads.
Bro, like we can buy some locks for you and just get some staples, and we got you.
You could.
You know what? I'm gonna
Two.
get my dreads back.
The new
Oh, the fake dreads?
You see my dreads before, haven't you?
garrison by the
thought you had real ones.
the PK fucking blinders.
He's been very into Peaky
Hey,
Blinders
what about
lately.
the
Oh,
poo-poo
he's
song?
been telling me to
Have
watch
you
that
heard
shit
the
for
poo-poo
months.
song?
The what?
It's gas. It's
The
fire.
poo poo
Is
song.
there any type of? I'm a bitch, bro. I need to
Do it.
Dude,
chase
do you just want a beer?
Yes, please.
Hey, Lynn,
Man,
you
get
That's
me
what I'm
some
talking about. The
Ciroc.
white
Will you
man
bring
doing
me
it.
one of these?
That's what I'm talking about.
Please?
That's
Can
some
I get some-
Juneteenth
can
shit
I
right
get
there. I
some
like
wine,
that.
sir?
The white man getting a beer for me.
I want some wine,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Wine?
All right, tell me how black you is.
How black am I?
What is a hue?
Black. Well, how black am I?
What is a hue?
I grew up black.
What is a
I was
hue?
born black.
What is a hue?
Nigga, I don't know.
A hue, a H-U-E.
HUE. What is that?
I have no idea.
It's a color.
So what is a human?
I don't know.
He's retarded.
I am. I thought that was a blood bag. I was like, holy, what the fuck?
You want to play a little game?
I was like, oh,
Carrie.
this is too white for me.
You with Sanman here. It doesn't even out.
I should have worn my Bass Pro Shop hat. Yes, sir. I'm no longer.
Hey, bro, it ain't natty. Calm down. It's Bud Light.
Oh my
Everybody
God,
drinks it.
I drank Natty. Okay,
It's
so
not
the
Keystone
fucking
Light.
Yes.
the girl. Thank you, Landon. The girl that I
That reminds me,
fucking that got
Keystone
me
Light.
fucking arrested in
Yeah.
2000 and fucking what was it, 15? Yeah, I was dating this fat fucking girl in 2000.
Yo, why you emphasize the fat?
Cause
Yeah,
she
man,
was
what's up with
unhealthy
that?
as
Come
fuck,
on.
bro.
Okay.
She was on her way to death.
Oh, was she like?
On her way to death.
Was it like her fault? What?
It was her fault.
Bro,
it was her own fault.
Huh?
It usually is.
I tried to get her to be
Sometimes
active. I tried to get her to
Sometimes
do
it is.
shit.
But, no, but I'll put it this way. I ain't never seen no fat skeleton.
you had
Just saying. So
yo.
that big bone shit doesn't fly with me.
Yo.
Oh my God, bro. She was like, she was like 16 years old. Oh no, she was like 17 years old, and it was like she was like 310 pounds.
Tree.
Oh, 210.
That's sad. Oh,
Tree-
210? Oh, dude. Okay, that's bad, but it's not like.
290.
Tree.
Okay, hold on. You just went from. Okay.
I'm trying to remember.
He went from
It
300.
was around
Because she was
300.
big
It
as
was-
fuck.
he's
So
saying
it
around
makes
300.
it
okay.
makes more sense that she was like 290.
300,
How tall was she?
300.
She was
Not
shorter
tall
than me.
enough.
She was shorter than me.
That is.
It was a
Bro,
lot.
Did you roll her around like a blueberry?
300. 300 pounds. Me like them big like that.
No.
Well, you're just saying
But
shorter
like,
than one?
but no.
No, I
So
don't date nobody I can't pick up.
So she got me arrested. That's where I got aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. She got me arrested, and the deadly weapon, funny enough, was a wooden cane, which I think is hilarious.
Hey, bro, people can kill people. with
I know,
cane.
but fucking.
I think blunt objects shouldn't count as a deadly weapon unless
He
they're
didn't
like
say
a
a
warhammer.
cane. He said a crane.
no. So
Maybe-
what was I? What the fuck was I
You
saying?
were on about how you got arrested
About
over. Well,
You were making fun of fat girls, basically.
No. The first thing,
said that.
someone
Oh,
said
that.
something about something, and I
And
fucking
you got arrested
I can
over a
spark this
crane.
up.
yes.
a cane,
A crane.
Yes, immediately, sir.
Yeah.
a wooden cane.
A
I
wooden-
was saying something for a reason.
I know you were. Like, why did you get on the whole thing?
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
that's
But
what I'm trying to.
What were we talking
remember.
about before that?
Have you ever seen the video of like the guy picking up trash around his neighborhood, and like the police come and they're like, he's like, put the gun down, or he's picking up, like little like a clamper.
Oh yeah, the little picker upper.
Yeah, the pick up trash.
Yeah.
He came, like the cop came by. He's like, put it down. It's a deadly weapon. Put his gun on him.
Bro, cops don't know shit about guns. I'll just gonna tell you this
It's like,
from someone who
how's that
shoots.
a deadly weapon?
From someone who shoots a lot of guns and goes to the gun range and different gun ranges
I
a
thought
lot.
You said you would take it one time.
I mean, I'm still down. We got to. But
And why do we? What was Adam's story? What's up?
I went.
are you just gonna interrupt me like that?
I'm gonna shut up.
All right, it's all good. But no,
I'm having fun though.
I mean, I'm having fun too. But I'm trying to tell something.
My bad.
And while we can
Continue
hear each
your
other,
story,
people
Land
can't.
Man.
Landman.
That's what my dad calls me.
That's what who calls you?
My dad.
No.
The landman, yeah.
Does he really?
He does. That's his nickname for me. But police can't shoot. Police don't know shit about guns. And the worst part is they're all super arrogant about like, no, I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm with the department. But they just, first of all, they can't hit a target worth dick. Like, they're terrible, bro. And they dump the fucking mag every time because half the time they're using departmental ammo. Ugh, it's just, I don't know. I don't fuck with
Yeah.
cops at gun ranges. I straight up feel more unsafe with a cop next to me in the
Yeah,
lane
me too.
So,
at a gun range.
I,
Oh,
never,
gross.
I don't think I ever asked you, based on what you saw on the targets I was shooting, how good of a shot am I?
You're very good. You have a lot of fundamental skills that are good. And what's been impressive about you that no one else has displayed is your gun safety off the bat. I didn't have to remind you anything. I told you like what you need to look for, and you never did it. You kept your finger off the trigger. You never pointed the muzzle in an unsafe direction. You know, you knew. Like, you did what you were fucking supposed to do. You
I
didn't
have
put
a
your finger
theory
in the
about
trigger
that.
guard until your sights were already aligned and you were on the target. Like, you did what you were supposed to.
I was taught.
That's what I'm saying, exactly. Like, at least you
But,
know that
like-
because that shit's very important.
No, it is.
Other people who
No,
remain
it's
nameless
super
that
fucking-
work with us.
Oh no!
Take it to the gun range.
Wow.
Shot the ceiling.
I bet.
Yeah.
Shot the ceiling.
I'm not, don't
Name a name. Nah, fuck
I'm not
it. Drop
naming
it.
it. I'm not naming a name.
Drop the name.
I'm
Don't
not dropping the
drop
name.
Text the name. Then text right there. I need to know.
I'm just gonna say it starts with the letter M.
No.
That's all. It doesn't. It's for that I'm not gonna say it. But if we know, we know. But anyway, no. Like I went with him to the range, and like I was just trying to get him. I was trying to get him. Y'all just laughing.
Was this person ever on the podcast before?
Was ever what?
On the podcast before?
You can't reveal that information.
I'm not gonna do that. That really
Okay.
narrows it down. But anyway,
Shot the fucking ceiling.
like I'll put it this way: like he was shooting, and I was trying to show him how to get his grip, but he wasn't maintaining that grip from shot to shot. It would all sink back down. You're supposed to kind of make your hands like this, this thumb down, this. And it's like to me, it's literally second nature. But most people like teacup it and go like this, which
literally
provides
is what I did.
no stability. It provides no stability. So you pull that support hand around like that, and then you put your palms together, and put your dominant hand's thumb in line with and over and pointing forward like that. That's how you fucking shoot.
Yeah.
There you go. But
It's
he
not
was
fun,
getting
really.
loose on his grip, so he was shooting, and then like because he got loose, it kind of came loose. It was still in his hands, but this has happened to me before. When I didn't shoot as much, also with a more powerful caliber, but where it kind of comes out of your hand, but your finger's still in the trigger guard, so that happened. So it kind of came out, and his finger, so it shot the round where it was supposed to go, and then it like bounced around and fired another bullet while it was pointed up in its recoil stage, basically. So he went like, so basically he shot the target, went like bum, came loose, and then so it like it bounced around, then went bam, and shot the ceiling. And I was like, there was people around and shit too, but no one noticed.
So he shot it mid recoil.
Like he shot one, okay.
Boom. Okay.
Then then as it's going back, the slide locks,
Yeah.
but because it was like loose in his hand, he basically pulled it before the gun had reset on the target.
Okay, that's different. I thought he like aimed at.
No, he didn't do anything negligent or anything like that.
Okay,
He just
I
has
thought
to-
it was
no,
like
it wasn't negligence. It's just like he just
And
has
then
to
he
work on his
farted.
grip. I'm sure he farted, but
Man, I love that AK.
You're the type of person I want to trust with an AK.
What's
Not
up?
because you're not
What?
safe with it, because I think you're about to, you know.
Why would you think I was about to do
'Cause
something
he's
with
a-
an AK?
You get bash shooter vibes. Bash shooter vibes. Ring the bell. Ding 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 ding. That's what
Is
I'm
it because I'm a gypsy or is it because I'm French Indian?
Oh, gypsy.
It is definitely.
Hey, man,
Hey,
they
I'm
killed the both
I'm
of
Romanian
us.
Too. Calm
Hey,
down.
man.
I got Romanian in me.
They
Calm
killed the
down.
both of us in World War II, you fuck.
Hey, that's the skit we should do.
Killed
we
the
do
both
it.
of us in World War II.
Yeah, the gypsies
Who'da
and the
go-
Jews. Gypsies got it too.
Yeah, they
Gypsy's
did.
got it hard, yeah. No one like a gypsy, but they understand.
Everyone
a
says,
fucking
"Oh,
gypsy
he
boy."
gypped me." That's racist.
It is, but
I'ma
it's
keep
true,
saying
bro.
it, though.
Is a measurement
Talking to
of
people like I had a
time.
friend from
Socially
Romania.
constructed in 1588.
Bro. So he had
I
a friend
agree.
from Romania.
Can you fix your
and he
red
hated
thing,
gypsies.
please?
Hate it, really?
Yeah, because he's like, they're everywhere. They're from like Romania's like their kind of cultural home, so they're just everywhere. They're everywhere all over Europe.
It's
like
so weird having like openly
Perfect.
racist friends.
No,
like,
but
not
bro,
openly racist.
No, like I got it though because like I've traveled to Europe and shit. And, like for instance, like at like Ireland, they construct big ass like arches over every gate to the park, so that like gypsies don't come in with their caravans and just start living there in the park. They're like professional homeless people that move around constantly. And like if you want to live a nomadic lifestyle, that's cool. But they're also sadly known for robbing people
Professionally
a
homeless.
lot.
My mom's gypsy
like,
blood
robbing
shows.
people a lot.
She
My,
wants to get an RV.
My Muslim friend.
It's a gypsy blood, bro. I'm telling you.
I'm
It's
saying,
it's a
we're-
thing. It's a thing. There's nothing
She-
wrong with like moving around, having
No,
being a
nothing at
nomad
all.
and
I had a-
wanderlust.
I had a Muslim friend who was like openly like fuck Jews.
Yeah,
And I
that
was
that
just
happens
like,
a lot.
I was like, oh damn, like fuck Jews. He's like, yeah, fuck Jews. I'm like,
What about blues?
It'd be like that. I
Fuck
mean, I
blues, fuck-
honestly fuck blues.
not gonna lie.
Sorry, folks, we had some technical difficulties. We're talking about Jews and gypsies.
Impaled.
and blues.
Jews, gypsies, and blues. All the
Excuse
things that
me,
we
Landon.
love to hate.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
come on,
I,
that's
Oh,
funny.
you are Jewish.
I'm Jewish, yeah.
Me too.
What do you think about Palestine?
I mean, the whole thing's kind of fucked. I think that both sides
Fuck
are.
Britain.
Huh?
Fuck Britain.
Like,
why
this is my
fuck
thing.
Britain?
What
What
does
happened?
Hamas
Because they're the
mean?
ones who created the
Literally
partition.
Literally the.
They just well, hold on. No, they had the Balfour Declaration, which basically that was in like after World War I, where they called for a Jewish homeland to be created in what was Palestine. And the thing is, Jews do have a home in Palestine. The thing is, both sides are wrong, and this is why. Because the Muslims are like, no, they're invaders, and need to leave. Like, you can say what you want. They were like, they didn't even live here before. It's like, yeah, except their history predates anyone else we have recorded. Like, there's like 3,000 years of Jewish history. There's like 3,000.
Wasp out there.
Where?
Sitting right outside the
Like an actual wasp, or is it a termite?
wasp.
How the fuck did a wasp get in here?
I have no idea, but
Wait.
there's a wasp flying.
Hold on, I'll be right back. This is
He
more
came
important
in
than
with
Palestine.
Ant-Man.
Bro, I saw it fly out of the room. That's why I got up. It's sitting right there on the wall.
Anyways,
Look
me
to your
and
left.
Sandman can talk. How
Yeah,
you doing,
look at the
Sandman?
middle of it.
I'm
You good?
chilling like a villain.
You good?
Did you see the shark that I showed you I caught?
You caught a shark. How old are you, Sandman?
71.
I don't believe you, but you like that's crazy. 71.
We're good, bro.
You did not catch that shark.
I did catch the shark.
I don't believe you caught that shark.
Ask John, the DJ at Gas Bars.
I'm probably not gonna ask John the DJ at Gas
Hold on,
Bars because
alright.
I don't know a lot of Johns.
So basically,
John, the DJ that does karaoke.
The white dude? Oh,
Yeah, I went to the Keys with him.
he's so annoying.
So-
to me. I'm not. I don't really.
I love John. Nah,
no,
he can talk too much and he can be a lot, but I love that dude.
Let
But
me
he can
rephrase
definitely
that.
be a lot.
I like John. I don't like the business he used to bring. As in, like, I love when it's busy, of course, more money. But, like, fuck. Like, you bring so many people here that it's just overwhelming sometimes when we were busy.
Hey, that's a good problem to have.
That's a
It is
compliment.
That's a good problem to have. I don't follow you
Oh,
there.
yeah, no. Yeah, amazing problem to have. It's not fuck John in a bad way. It's like, damn, John.
Why do you have to go so hard, John?
Why you have to go so, pause. Yeah, why you have to go so hard, John?
All right, so hold on. We were talking about Palestine. So you said fuck the British.
Oh, yeah, you
I'm
said fuck the
assuming that's-
Palestinians, yeah.
I didn't
What
say
does
that.
Hezbollah mean?
But wait, what?
Free Palestine.
I said, what does Hezbollah
Man,
mean?
hold on. Why are we getting off onto Hezbollah? And I'm just trying to
Because
explain.
I'm just adding stuff in the background.
I don't
You
know.
Keep going.
I don't know what's Hezbollah.
But
I'm
I'm
not gonna
basically
tell you
asking,
yet.
as a Jewish man, do you feel that Israel deserves that land, or do you feel what is your opinion?
My thing is a two-state solution is entirely possible, but really I think
agree.
a one-state solution is also possible with just, I hate to say it like this, but like people segregate themselves normally. Like there's a reason Chinatown exists, you know, and it's not because of segregation. It's because people come to a country and they want to be around people of their culture that they know they can rely on and people they can trust. So I think a one-state solution could work where it's not all Israel or all Palestine. It's just something else, and everyone can have
you meant,
access to
like,
the same
mix-
cities.
okay.
Like unify, like Gaza. You know, tear down the wall in Gaza and let Gaza be one with like Israel and shit like that. You know, it's
That's
like
what I'm saying.
you have two disparate cultures, but the fact is, no one talks about the people that live and work and immigrate to and from every day in all these like different regions, and the people that get along with one another. Instead, they focus on all the bullshit. Like, so you got one side that sends a bunch of fucking Katyusha rockets at the other side. That's fucking Palestine trying to bomb Israel. Israel has the Iron Dome, which we pay for. And that shit is a badass anti-missile system that basically shoots a little missile to shoot their missiles out of the midair. So that shit happens. Then Israel is like, all right, so we're going to bomb some shit over in Gaza
Yeah,
today.
you
Where
try
we-
to fuck us, I'm gonna fuck you.
no, it's like, all right, we're going to drone strike some shit. Where are we going to drone strike? And sadly, half the time it's a school or a hospital. Now you go, why is that? It's like, well, half the time they're staging sites for those missiles. They use schools and hospitals. That's like what they do. Why do they do it? Because they realize the only way they're ever going to win, they're never going to overpower Israel. The only way they're going to win is make Israel look so bad that everyone hates them. That's all they can do. Like, that's why literally you'll see videos, like I saw his video, it was wild. It was this Palestinian dude, and he was like, there's some IDF soldiers about 50 yards away from him. He's pushing his son holding a little tiny Palestinian flag. His son was probably like 2-3 years old. He's like, go, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, yelling at the like soldiers, shoot him right now, kill him, and they're like recording it. They basically, it's like, because they realize he's like my son will do better as a martyr.
Yo, you.
I'm just like,
Sorry.
because- no, he realizes. So you got shit on both sides, like
Oh,
people
shit,
that
that's
think
fucked up.
people that think their kids are
That's
better
why-
off being a martyr at 2 years old than living a full life, you know, and it's like they're willing to sacrifice their kids' lives. Then you got fucking Israelis.
I'm laughing
who
at the
don't give a
absurdity
shit.
of it. Sorry.
It is so fucked up.
I'm laughing at the.
I'm listening intuitively.
Yeah, like I was really deep into
So
it.
was I. I was just making sure that the laugh didn't get misunderstood as something like I was laughing at the fact of the terribleness.
Basically, both sides are overreaching and fucking up because Israel's doing evictions and making settlements and doing some weird Nazi shit.
That is some crazy. Like
On,
that is so crazy. The kick.
Kumbaya, my lord.
All right, I'm done talking about this.
Wow, dude.
But
It's for everybody, dude. Just like,
I'm just saying, why can't we just get along?
Because I literally just tried. I accidentally fucking interrupted him, and then I fucking tried to let him talk, and then you started in with that.
But it's so
let's
crazy.
just change the topic.
I don't understand.
I
that.
just really would like to hear what he was saying, but
I'm good.
I feel that emotional like subject. I
I
understand.
guess it's very serious and it's frustrating to try to talk and like get a coherent thought out, but it feels like I can't because people are doing interruptions or laughing or doing some shit and it's just frustrating. It's like
no.
it's a
When you
very
said that
sensitive
thing
topic,
about
and
the
it's just
thing,
hard,
I
bro.
just saw an
It's hard
image
to
in my
talk about
head.
it and like get off topic every 3 seconds. Then all right, now focus back into it. It's hard, man.
I'm really sorry. I just when the image in my head came out, I have a really bad habit when something that's really messed up
All right,
or
let's
shouldn't
stop.
be. Well, listen, I'm talking. And like he was talking, let's stop interrupting each other. The image in my head of the fucking child soldier came into my head, it was fucked up, and the reaction was a laugh, and I didn't mean to make that interrupt you. That just is what the reaction was to that image in my head that was fucked up. It's absurd to me that a child would go to war.
It's not a child soldier. That's not what I was saying. It was a citizen in Gaza with his son, and there was IDF soldiers either doing like evictions or they're just doing patrols or something, and he sent his son out there with a little Palestinian flag, and he was trying to get the Israeli soldiers to shoot the kid.
Well, that was what was absurd to me then.
What's up?
What did you say? IDF?
IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, their army, their military.
Have you seen like the video of like the Israeli dude? Or I think he's from New York, maybe. I might be wrong. He's like from here.
He's definitely Jewish. He's from New York.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
And he goes, yeah, he goes to Israel or Gaza, whatever. And he's at this home, and it's basically like telling these people to get out, like get out of the house. I'm taking over this shit. Get out. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, how is this even like possible to do?
Because, I mean, this is why you need a Second Amendment. When you have a fucking government that's going to come and take all your shit away from you and fuck you over the ass, you need something to defend yourself. And that's why you can't have limitations on that amendment. And that's why civilians had battleships in fucking the Revolutionary War, and there was never any limits on what kind of arms you could own or how many, and there was no taxes on them because they knew that was unconstitutional and contrary to the principles that everybody has a right to self-defense. Every organism has a right to self-defense. Every type of people has a right to self-defense. And people go, guns are the problem. I'm like, bro, you give two sides equal firepower, shit ain't gonna happen. People don't want to die. Everyone wants to live. Everyone wants to go back to their family. No one wants to die. They'll figure some shit out. You give them both equal firepower, they'll figure out a way to live because they don't want everybody to die. It's contrary to just like, you know, like any like instinct, instinctual to want to continue to live, you know.
Right.
Have you ever heard of Pinky?
No, I
Pinky
don't
in the
know.
brain?
I feel like it's instinctual
Pinky
to
in the
fight
brain.
also.
He wanted to rule everything.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
used to
people
love
always want to rule shit, but people aren't gonna actually. People will send other people's sons to war, but if both sides have nukes or some shit, people aren't willing to let themselves get fucking nuked.
So much one of my problems with politicians.
So wait,
You're so willing
I
to
need to put
literally
that
send
together in my
you
head.
to war.
It's always been off poor kids. I mean, look at Vietnam. You know what I'm saying?
Like 18-year-olds
I need to put that
on the
together in
fucking
my
battle.
head.
Like imagine being 18 and being
Yeah.
shipped off.
that was my grandparents, bro. I mean, like that
I
was,
ain't going.
my grandpa
Yes,
got
you are.
drafted. He got drafted when he was 17.
They finna send you.
He
I'm
got
not
drafted
going.
when he
I
was
go to jail
17.
first. Fuck that.
He got to Italy, trained as a medic when he was 18 in 1944.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and he saw some fucked up shit. He saw like his best friend's heads get blown off. He saw his best friend's heads get blown off and shit. Like I heard a story of like they used to work in teams of 2 to carry stretchers and shit like that. So they're like running. He was at Anzio, Battle of Anzio, and a lot of other shit, Monte Cassino, shit like that. But he was at Anzio, and him and his buddy were carrying someone who's wounded, and all of a sudden he feels the stretcher drop. So he turns around and says, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you?" And he sees his friend's brain is just blown out. And he just said like he couldn't help. He just broke down there because there was cover. There's enough rubble and shit that he like got down. He got down. So like he fucking cried for like 5 minutes, and then he just got back up and kept going.
At 18.
18,
That's-
18 and 19.
Bruh.
That's how old he was going through all that shit.
What
He
the
told
fuck?
me
You're
he
not allowed.
said-
You're not even.
Oh,
You can't
and
even
his
legally buy alcohol.
His
but
first
if
day
you
in the
just
I
army.
know that's
off-
crazy.
His first day in the
I was
army,
thinking about
he
that
got
the
all of
other
his
day.
teeth pulled out. He had bad teeth because he was like a really, really poor Pennsylvania dude with like 9 brothers. He had like fucking dentistry. His teeth were so nasty they had to pull out every single one when he first got recruited. So like he got boot camp and they're like the dentist saw shit is like can't work with that. So he got dentures.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
but gotta smile,
that's an
though.
emotional fuck up. Like his like.
Have you ever seen
look
that
like
movie
dentures.
Hacksaw Hills or whatever?
Hacksaw Ridge?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
that?
a good
Saving
one.
Private Ryan?
Of course.
Have you ever seen Band of
You know
Brothers?
what?
Yes.
I have to Saving Private Ryan. I'm gonna tell you
This is a
the
good
honest to God truth.
You hate Tom Cruise.
Coming, no,
Tom
no.
Hanks.
Coming from my dad in the military background, those movies used to really move me.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like really, like
Well, you understand
Man,
the
up-
sacrifice.
up until like, hold on, I'm not finished. Up until like I was in my mid-30s, after I've been out of prison and everything, man, whatever. And then I think about those movies. Do you know how many black men came back to this fucking country thinking
Fought
they
for
were
other
free?
people's fucking freedom?
Yeah, and then they were killed, murdered. You know, and like when I was
That's why a lot
younger,
stayed in France.
I
Straight up, a lot of them
no,
stayed in France.
I
I would
friggin' I used to travel. We used to travel back and forth. you know, I'm old enough, like in the 60s, we didn't ride on the trains and like we'd pack our lunch and drive our, you know, like fucking drive all night to get to wherever, whatever. And I remember one time our car broke down in Mississippi, right outside of Jackson. And the lady pulled over in a yellow Volkswagen. She said she'd take my dad, and my dad was like, hell no, you take my wife. She'll go with you and get everything hooked up. And that was crazy.
They weren't gonna mess with a woman.
Yeah. That shit was crazy. Yeah.
Honestly, probably a smart move.
I don't know. I got off topic, but I remember that kind of shit.
Another reason to own guns.
To go out and fight for other people.
Another reason to own civilians.
What I was saying is,
guns.
I used to drive a horse like the Chattahoochee River and the Mississippi River, and thinking how many brothers, black people have lost their lives in this river just for some bullshit, you know. And then I've been watching that movie Harriet. Man, I really like it.
Is it good? I haven't seen it.
It's oh my god, it brings tears to my eyes every time. And because she says she compares slavery to an evil rattlesnake, and you know, she said that, you know, you look down and the rattlesnake bites you, and you try to get to the doctor, you know, without killing the snake, he's gonna bite you again. You got to kill. It's an evil thing, you know. And I mean, a lot of people
like communism.
Well, this is the thing. Slavery's been around for a long time, but only America made niggas, you know. And if you understand the word nigga, they are still on the fence about what it means. Comes from the word necrology, which means dead. So if you murdered somebody's civilization, their humanity, everything that makes them a human, that's what makes them a nigga. That's what the word comes from. That's what it means. I provided websites and all kinds of stuff to verify that. And that's not easy information, and that will be in my book, Black to the Basics. So when you think about it, nobody tried, even and like Willie Lynch said, the way to control people is to control their language. That's why I'm always talking about race as a measurement against time. And if you try to use it to talk about our ethnicity, it has no value. But you're using it because you think that, and language is a description of what we see.
So you said if they control language, they control people. Do you think that political correctness nowadays is being used to control people and to control thoughts and to channel people into different ways of thinking and to discriminate against them? In case they're not? Okay. That's kind of what I set that question up in a way to be that, because that's what I believe.
Correctness thing
what do you think, Colby?
Yeah, I'm not politically correct. I mean, I'm gonna say whatever I want.
If you want to make a joke, you want to make a joke.
You know that? You call me a faggot 3 times a shift. And a retard.
I actually have never said. I don't say that word.
You're wrong.
I don't either, just because I don't like it.
You've said
I say retard.
You said faggot and retard to me both.
Can anyone give me a correct definition of the word politics?
Hold on. We're on some.
But wait, what was the question again? Oh, this completely to control people. Like I feel like there's words. Of course, there's words that I personally wouldn't say.
There's decorum and there's your morality and what you're comfortable with. But at what point do you think society goes too far in dictating like
comedy?
Like some people say like words like violence, like it's violence to call a transgender person by the wrong pronoun. I'm like, that is not violence.
It's
like
not,
it's just like as the definition, it's not violence.
I just think it's disrespectful.
Disrespectful, 100%. But violence, no.
No.
My thing is, if you equate that kind of violence to saying something wrong, then it almost kind of takes the impact out of violence in a sense. It's like, if that's what violence is,
it's
that really violence? It's like if you call everything racist.
I think that it's
not racist at all.
I think it was called.
That's not racism. Racism is people hanging from trees
solely
in a system
because
that oppresses people.
I think it was called aggressions, wasn't it?
What's up?
Microaggressions. Isn't that a microaggression?
The whole idea of basically, yes, that falls in the same vein as like a microaggression. It's like, while the idea of a microaggression can exist, that's just kind of like certain biases.
Oh, and there are people with fucking
with.
beards that identify as female, by the way. And it's like, when I say, excuse
hanging
me, sir.
from trees.
It's like, sorry, you're not trying to be a
you have
dick.
a fucking beard.
It's biology.
So fucking,
I mean,
like, as someone who used to fucking do that shit.
You had a beard and you was a girl?
No, I used to do makeup and stuff.
I used to do makeup on my face and cross dress and shit. The whole idea for me was the fucking.
I bet she was a cute bitch.
Fake people out. My idea was I wanted to fake
you wanted
people
to fuck
out.
With people, yeah.
Right. So you fucking. Did you hear what he just said about me? He said I
bet you was a cute bitch.
Hold on, can we pull up a picture? I like to get it framed and kept in the studio.
One?
I bet you were a cute bitch. Yo.
I think I'm about to blow your fucking mind.
But this is my whole thing. A big thing about this
But the whole
podcast is
idea
free
is
speech.
like, why? Yeah, no.
And
Fuck
the idea that,
hey,
like-
guess what, guys? If you're offended, you can watch something else.
I believe you can say whatever you want, but you should also be
Sorry.
You should know the consequences to what you say.
Yeah.
There's
Should, but,
consequences to
yes.
everything.
But at
Yeah.
what point does that? Okay, there are consequences.
It's
but
like if you call me a nigger,
you can't get
you
hit.
might get fucking punched.
You might get
yeah,
fucked.
like
You're gonna probably
you
get
know what
fucking
I'm saying?
hit. Yes.
Why would
My
anyone
question is,
call
does
you
that-
that?
I'm just saying
If
that's
a random person on the street, let's say from across the road or something, says some shit, are you gonna go up and fuck with her? Or are you just gonna say fuck it, like you're an
Yeah, I'm
asshole,
like, bro,
you're not gonna bother with that shit. Exactly.
if you're like fuck you, I'm like
I would say.
Fuck
depending
you
on
too,
what-
bitch.
yeah, like I was like if I'm in my
bet,
car,
love
fuck
you. Want to kiss?
Yeah,
I
like,
would say.
Oh my god.
I'm a nigga. You're a trigger. Suck my dick and make it bigger.
Bro, hold on.
I'll clap.
Hold
That
on.
was me.
Let me see.
I'll clap.
Wow.
Hold on. He's gonna
Hey,
clap these.
I don't want to
cheeks.
know that. I can edit it in.
I know, but I just wanna.
She
I
make
wanna
it clap,
see Adam
clap,
bitch.
clap.
I want to see Adam bitch. Adam bitch.
Sucks
Let me
time.
see Adam bitch. How come I can't see Adam bitch?
But yeah, yeah, it's just like if
damn,
I know. Yo, he's picked up worse looking hookers off
the
Nebraska.
only thing I'm
No, I was good at
also,
it.
also
No,
what
I
I
was
fucking
fucking
hate
good
is
at
when
it.
people like go back on other
That
people's
is
Twitter, like
Adam.
Bro, that's the
10
worst
years
thing.
ago.
You can't dig up shit. 'Cause, okay, this
I
is
got
a
more.
hold on,
If they're
this is
still
very
an asshole, like if they're still on what they're
He's
on what
gonna
they were on 10 years ago,
Landon,
then
take
yes.
the phone. He's gonna send that photo to himself.
But
I wanna
if you go back on
Adam,
someone's Twitter 10 years ago and you're like, look at this shit you said 10 years ago, it's like, bro,
You're
I've
lying.
definitely evolved from what I
Bro,
was.
that's it. That's exactly what
Like,
it is. Like,
there's
your Twitter
definitely-
is supposed to be cringy and embarrassing from 10
Yeah.
years ago. or else
People
you
can
didn't
change.
If I go on my
You're lying, dog.
Facebook and I'm like, wow,
That's
this is what
honestly,
I
that's
was
half
on
the
10
reason
years
I
ago.
hate social
I
media,
think
bro.
you're
Like,
lying,
I'm
dog.
scared. Like, I shouldn't be because I shouldn't care what people who are going to go back on someone's Twitter 5 years and dig through every tweet. Like,
Yeah.
those people, sadly, right now, they're kind of in. Like, they're able to get people to lose their jobs because, like, oh, we found a 7-year-old tweet or some shit. So that's kind of fucked up. It's like, are they that kind of person still? No.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
don't
people
give a
grow,
fuck.
people change, and also, oh, this is my whole thing. You got to judge people by the times and by like society at the time. You can't judge
Remember
people in
the
the past on modern day standards. Like there has to be some kind of curve. I'm not saying you have to like, for instance, like you don't have to be like, all right, well, it was back in the day of slavery, so it was cool. No, you don't have to do that. But at the same time, you also don't have to be like, you have to give a little bit of deference. Like, you have to just try. I don't know, bro. Like, I'm not saying with that specific situation. I'm just talking about with every situation. Like, the world was more violent, let's say, 1,000 years ago. So everybody was more violent. Murder was a lot more common.
It was literally
people were
like
just stomping people's heads and shit. Like, it was just a violent fucking place, and people died in squalor. It was terrible. You
You
know,
have to
like,
really square up in war. It was so hard. But
used to square up.
But like like
World
look,
War One
the-
with the trench warfare.
Ooh,
Jesus
with
that
the
was
F
a
word,
meat grinder.
the same thing with the F word. 10 years ago, when I was 10, I was in like the 7th grade or some shit like that.
Me too.
I was saying that shit like it
me
was like that.
wasn't
Fuckity
shit.
fuck.
Yeah.
You know what
Oh,
fuck
that
means?
No, I'm
started
talking
for
about
me when I was in 3rd grade.
FAGGO.
Excuse
Oh,
me,
yeah.
sir.
Back in the day when I was a little kid,
It was
all the time,
way-
that was like a normal thing. That
Like-
like,
For
me too.
people, like young
I was
men
bumping
said.
Tyler Creator in my
You know what
headphones
the
saying
word
that
fuck
shit.
means?
I wasn't saying
Fornication
fuck, but I
under
was saying-
consent of the king.
But I was saying faggot. I don't like saying it, but I was saying that. That's what.
For unlawful carnal knowledge, same thing.
I think you were talking.
Fornication under consent of the king.
But if you went on, if
said
you
the
check
same
my
thing,
Twitter,
man. What's
I
up,
definitely had
Tupac?
Twitters like 10 years ago. You would
Big black
probably
cock.
see me on Twitter saying the word. I don't even say it now.
What do you know
What?
say?
So it's like people change, like people evolve.
That's what I'm saying. Is
it's
like, do you really want to judge someone by their like
societal
18-year-old
standards change as well?
That's why I broke
Yeah,
out
that's why
laughing.
we should vote for Kamala Harris.
No.
Look at what's in there.
Wait, vote for her how?
Just say
She's already in.
That is why I broke out laughing.
Oh,
Which is my fucking
I
bad.
actually don't mess with Kamala Harris like that.
nah, she lock up black people and then acts like she's
Yeah.
loyal to the tribe.
She
I
got a
seriously
big
feel
booty,
like
though.
shit for busting out laughing.
Also,
like that.
I don't
What's
even
wrong
like
with that?
politicians in general.
I don't. Yeah,
They
I don't
just
want to get too
pander
into
to
politics, but bro,
politics.
I can't stand just
Can I
like
tell
the
you
whole,
what
the whole
politics
president
is?
office is just dumb, bro.
It's like you don't even want my vote solely based on me. You want my black vote.
Sorry, Dad.
because you feel you are
You
better
want my-
as a token vote than you
Yeah.
are as an individual vote, which is sad and disgusting.
Like they want the Jewish vote. They want the
they
black
want to be able
vote.
to say that they got the
Yeah.
majorities of the minorities.
Yeah, it's like,
straight up.
bro,
That's what comes. We got the
bars,
Hispanic vote,
What are you doing?
Bars.
I can't concentrate.
Bars.
right?
Bars.
Bars.
The majority of the minority.
That's okay. Thank you. I thought that was pretty woo of me.
He's
Bars.
like fingering the cocktails.
They want the majority of the minority.
But no,
But
for
just
real,
to
though,
think that
makes me
only
feel like
reason
shit.
I matter is my
That's
black
why
vote
I broke
matters.
out laughing during that.
My actual
Politics
Wild.
is
They wanna
care about my black
They
vote.
want to care. Exactly. So they care
Politics
to the Black
is-
Lives Matter group, as opposed to people like actual black people in the average black family. They'll go to the fringe, or they'll go to the most mainstream movement that they can possibly find and latch onto that, just so they can get people by default. And the fact that they're trying to get people by default, I mean, like I get it as a strategy, but it's fucked up. And that's everybody. That's both sides.
That's why I love. I'm not socialist or anything like that, but I like Bernie Sanders
Schwein.
only because he's been on what he was talking about since day one.
I get it. You
like-
agree with the consistency.
do like
aspect.
He's
Bernie
so
a lot.
consistent. It's just like he's one of the. I trust him.
I
He's
do
not
like
gonna
Bernie a
bullshit
lot.
me.
politics
gonna
is the authoritative
Oh, he'll bullshit you, for sure.
distribution.
You think he'll
of
bullshit
Well, they'll all
100%.
bullshit you.
Bernie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Every single one of them
Yeah.
will bullshit you, no matter who they
Yeah.
are. They will all bullshit
say it
you. It's
again.
in their fucking job description to bullshit you.
Yeah. They're trying to get
Politics
votes.
is
Politics is.
the authoritative distribution of resources in a community.
I mean, that's what it
I
comes
think I
down to. It's
We elect these people to tell us what to do.
it's
The
weird 'cause
authoritative
It seems like, it doesn't seem like we
distribution.
elect them. It seems like they're selected. I
Yeah.
mean, like at a more local level, yes, the elections
think,
you
you
can
know what we
kind
should
of like
do?
tell which way
but
shit's
you
going,
think of
but
the grand
the grand
party
scheme of things, it's
machine.
it's
What was that
corporations in the
movie
Bilderberg. It's a Bilderberg group. Yeah, have you
Eddie
ever heard
Murphy
of
ran
the?
for
Have y'all
the
ever heard of
office.
the Bilderberg conference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
most powerful people in the
Yes.
world meet
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
Bilderberg
Distinguished
conference.
Discuss
gentlemen,
how
we
to
should
control
create
us.
that situation.
It's like George Soros and the presidents and just like all sorts of shit and fucking prime ministers and shit and like CEOs of Exxon, all that kind of shit. And they are the ones, and they say they don't talk politics, but really, are these busiest men in the world all going to get together for a conference? No, they go to
Hold on
Bohemian
now,
Grove
you
if they want to
sounding like
get
Alex
together and do some
Jones.
weird
I was
shit.
just about to ask
Alex
him.
Jones is real as fuck.
Landon
Have you ever seen
Jones.
this-
Alex
Distinguished-
Jones, you know what? People talk shit
I'm
about
sorry,
Alex Jones so much,
Dad.
and he talks a lot of
His
shit. And then
Bohemian Grove
he
shit's
said
fire.
a lot of shit that is bullshit.
Yes.
but a lot of shit that was straight up facts that people rag
you
on. And
can't-
he's like,
But he said so much bullshit.
but
It's like
that's
he,
the
have you ever
thing that's
thought that
hard
the-
about him.
This
Wait,
is his thing.
wait.
He does infotainment, and the reason he does that, and this is why I think he does it. This is the reason I think he does it, is because if he gets people hooked on it, he gets people to look shit up and find out for themselves and do the research themselves because they don't know if it's bullshit or real. He gets people to look into it, and even that is a victory in itself because it doesn't seem like if he's telling all straight what's supposed to be facts, it's not going to seem like facts. It's going to seem like propaganda. But if he's telling you shit that you know half of it's for fucking comedy and half of it's real, and he puts on you to sort out the bullshit, you can do it. He'll give you sources. My thing is like I've listened to Alex Jones shit where he gives sources for everything, so it's like okay, you can actually follow it. This is real. This is real because he's giving sources. This isn't bullshit because he's not giving. He gives sources when he's doing real shit.
it's like half. It's like sources and also like his bullshit.
He does do. Oh,
It's
he
like
definitely
all
sprinkles in
mixed
the Alex
in.
Jones fucking spin on it for sure. He absolutely does that, without a doubt. But for instance, he called Epstein by name years prior and continually
sure.
was like, "Yo, Epstein's like doing this shit. He's fucking girls and fucking islands and shit." And like, oh, you're full of shit, Alex. Like, I heard it from the FBI director, which he did. Like the ex-FBI director was the one who told him, so he had like a credible source for it. And it's like the FBI is the one who knows all this shit. They're the ones. Basically, I feel like none of the federal government agencies have our shit in mind. They do what our corporate
What?
overlords want them to do
I
and
like
what our
turkey
presidents
wraps
want them to
with
do.
oil and vinegar.
What?
I actually don't like oil and vinegar on my turkey wrap.
Please continue what the fuck you were just saying.
But
Why did you draw attention
I don't know. I
to
just
me?
got out of my Jones moment because someone mentioned oil. and
Landon
vinegar.
Jones.
Because that just fucked my mind up. I was
It just
listening
fucked
to
my mind
him.
up, too.
But it's like he.
I
then
was-
he
you
said-
weren't even
but have you
supposed to
seen
pay
his, Have you
attention.
seen his Joe
How
Rogan
the fuck?
interview?
I have headphones on.
Have
I
you
can
seen,
hear
like,
everything
any-
everyone says.
Have you seen any of his Joe Rogan interviews?
Yeah.
Yes, I've
Dude,
seen
the most
his
recent
Joe
one,
Rogan.
all
Tim
of
Dillon,
them.
by the way,
Every
Tim
single
Dillon,
one of them.
Everyone here should see Tim Dillon. He comes to Tampa.
I
Like,
love Tim Dillon.
dude,
So-
I've seen him twice with Steph at Side Splitters. He comes to Tampa. He's been doing shows like every 3 or 4 weeks at Side Splitters for like $30.
Really?
We should fucking go.
Let's
But
go.
like Alex
Dude,
Jones,
he's
on-
so funny.
on-
I'll put money down.
He says so much bullshit.
Dude, he says some bullshit. He says
Listen,
really
supposed to
offensive
be-
shit.
Here's
He
my only
totally
problem.
does.
Here's my only problem with Alex Jones. What if there's some 16-year-old kid, or maybe even younger, 12-year-old kid that's on the internet listening to Alex Jones, and now that kid thinks that lizards, that shapeshift, run the government.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
Can I ask you a question?
Landon Jones.
Really?
I'm not saying they're lizards, but
Land Jones.
I am
Do you
saying
think,
that
like,
they're almost like a different like. Dude, they're living to like 100 with like no dementia and shit. which
Okay,
most
but
normal
fucking,
people
they're
aren't
not
doing.
I mean,
lizard
they're the
people from
highest-
the fucking underworld that
They're
shapeshift.
politicians. They're They get the best treatment.
They
in our
might
society.
be
I'm not saying
lizard
they're
brained.
reptilians. What I'm saying is there is some medical technology unbeknownst to us
Right.
that they're
Yes.
keeping secret for elites.
But what I'm
people
saying,
that have, like, if you don't make $1 billion at least, you're not even gonna be privy
You
to
think,
this shit.
if you think
there
you
are
think I'm making $1
children who
billion
think that
and not
people
getting the
crawled out of
exclusive
the
shit?
fucking
No, that's my
earth
thing.
and
So
are
you're
running the
fine once
government.
you're there, but you have to be
That's
there.
not
Otherwise, you're
okay.
100 million ain't shit, bitch. No one gives a fuck about that.
Imagine being a millionaire and being just broke.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Broke compared
millionaires
to
are
billionaires.
broke to billionaires. That's 1,000 for 1 billion. It's 1,000 millions.
broke ass bitch.
It's a lot of millions.
You have only one yacht. Poor.
God, biggest waste
All
of
I
money.
was saying,
Bro, I was in Iceland and I saw this 9th biggest yacht in the fucking world just parked, or not parked, but moored at the fucking shit. And it had a helicopter pad, a fucking pool, a tennis court on top. Like, it had 2 helicopter pads, a tennis court, and a fucking pool. It was like 400 feet long or some shit. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
That was
if you
Wolves
brought
of
it up,
Wall
I could probably
Street.
see it. It was like it was as big or
It
bigger.
was?
The trip, it was probably bigger. It was bigger.
Is it called like the trust?
gotta
or
piss.
Like the test types like a T.
I don't remember. It was, I forget who it was owned by, but
like
it was
some
blue. It was a
old
dark
80
blue. It was a dark blue underside, white. Like, oh god, hold on.
There's like this
I had fun today.
old dude that owns like this billion, like this not $1 billion, but he's a billionaire that owns like this expensive yacht. Has like a helicopter pad. Has like 2 boats on the fucking side of it. It's like, bro,
And that's fucking crazy.
that's like, you still had that? Get that, man.
In 10 years, there's gonna be a boat cruising down the coast.
Let me hit that thing, man.
Man, I just lit the motherfucker.
How'd you put it out?
It was. I did not.
So these are lies.
I can't find the either way. Shit was fucking big.
Hey, look, we'll start off with a 15-foot.
But I never invested. Like, I hate boats, bro. Not being on them, that's fine. I'm totally good with that. But like owning
get a
them is the
pontoon.
worst, bro. Pontoons
I
are
work
cool.
at-
I might fuck with a
Why would
pontoon,
you
but
want
generally
that? I feel like
because the
you're
maintenance.
definitely the
No,
person
it's a
owning
it's
it.
a
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's
a
a
pain
fucking
in the
money
ass.
hole, dude.
Yeah.
Like literally, the best days for boat owners is like a known thing is the day you sell it, the day you buy it, and the day you sell it. Those are the 2 best days for a boat
You can't
owner.
afford to
You
take
just
care of
rent
that boat,
one,
don't
dog.
get the
Just
boat.
rent one.
Dude, my thing is like even if you do, it's time and it's like stress. It's like boats.
You gotta
require
watch that motherfucker.
constant
Dude
work.
at the yacht club will work out. Please the boats.
I mean, yeah, I'll put it this way. Yeah, if you're making like a certain amount of money, yeah, you can do all that, but it's still a fucking money hole. And then like a lot of people, like really rich people, don't care, but they'll hire a fucking chef, a private chef, to sail on their yacht with them, right? But he'll only work 3 weeks out of the year. They'll go on maybe a 10-day trip or like a 1-week trip and a 2-week trip, and he has to be on call when they're ready to go on the yacht. He's responsible for buying the food and doing all that, but he gets a full year's salary because he's on retainer. Like
So fucking. The beat's so rich that you can pay for.
50 weeks of vacation or like 49 weeks of vacation.
Oh my god.
I
Bro.
need 42.
Oh my god.
This is my thing. Is like sometimes I feel bad. I'm like, dude, this is a capitalistic society. I have all the advantages. I need to be doing better. Because like I hate to say it like that. It's like everybody in this society really does have an opportunity to make, especially
do.
nowadays, to make
I
something
sell
of themselves
flowers.
out of like nothing.
I'm stereotypical, like young, like fuck capitalism, fuck the government, fuck
It's that
this,
way,
fuck
and then
that.
you get
and
some
I'm
money,
like,
and then you're like, nah.
and I'm like,
I want
oh,
taxes. Fuck it.
capitalism, money.
Yeah, once you start getting some
That's
money,
why
you're
I
like,
sell flowers. I'm homeless.
Exactly. You don't want to pay fucking taxes. You're like, fuck it. I don't want to pay
That's
taxes.
why I
on
love
that
living in the state of
bullshit.
Florida. No
I
income
do
tax.
pay
No,
taxes.
dude, no income tax is a big fucking thing.
I'm non-profit.
Can't see you.
Oh, I mean, oh yeah, did shift?
He's a white
I
claw.
have no idea.
Hold on, no, I think I pulled this a little. Is that?
He's a white claw.
I don't know.
Okay, that's good. Yeah,
Okay,
no,
I think
but
I think I just pulled
Puff,
this a
back.
little
puff,
forward.
pass.
No, but when
My bad.
it's on my fucking mind. In the middle of you talking about the Palestine thing, I was trying to fill that with shrimp so that it could possibly make
one of
somebody
the
take
things
a
I wanted
shot
to
or
talk
drink
about,
out
too.
of that.
Oh, gross.
slightly
Which I
angry
wasn't
and
trying
with
to ignore you and make you feel like no one was talking or listening to you.
It's
It's
like,
all
but
good.
that
the
laugh
ultimate
was
summary,
like-
though, is that both sides are being dicks. Israel's acting like a fucking aggressor, and so is Palestine. They both are. But the one side is saying that they can't be because they're an oppressed people, so they're not. And I'm like, yeah, most oppressed people aren't able to get fucking rockets in to constantly shoot at like the oppressors. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, there can be certain like distinctions, and there's shit that needs to be changed, obviously, but there's other ways to go about that. I mean, Gandhi wasn't a great person, but he did some great shit. You got Nelson Mandela. There's other people to look to, you know, instead of Hamas.
What does Hamas
Hey,
mean?
Hitler
I don't know
wasn't
what
a
it
great
means.
person, but he was a great painter.
that's
He
so,
was,
and
I
it's
liked his paintings,
controversial.
bro. I liked
He was
his
a great
paintings.
Hitler
painter.
was great. Oh my
I
God. He was a
liked his
great
paintings,
speaker.
bro.
But he was a good painter. Have you ever
Terrible
seen?
fucking
Can I tell you what
person.
Hamas
Have you ever seen
means?
his paintings?
No, he was terrible. That's why he
Have
got
you ever
kicked
seen
out
his
of fucking
paintings?
art school. Fuck him.
He wasn't. He didn't get kicked out.
Or he got rejected.
Bro, he got rejected for bullshit reasons. I wish he had gone to art school, and then there wouldn't have been a fucking World War II or Holocaust. Well, there would have been a World War II with a different person because World War I set the stage that there was 100% going to be a World War II.
He painted that?
Yeah, that's an original Hitler.
Hey, fuck Hitler, but like that shit.
I don't know if you know this, but oh, dude, the Hitlers are good, man. The Hitler
Wait, why
painted
Hitler-
an
why
original
painted
Hitler.
it?
He should have just kept doing that. Why didn't he do
Because
that?
no one wanted it because they were too bougie at the time. Like what he did was architectural shit. What he like shined at was architectural things. He would
That's
paint
a
buildings.
mountain.
No, but just look at like if you look at Hitler's work, generally you can see architectural shit, and then mountainscapes of Bavaria, because that's like his home.
Well, why the fuck didn't anybody want it? It was
Why
good.
didn't
He was
anyone
a
want
homeless
Vincent Van
art
Gogh
student,
shit?
And no one wanted to buy shit from him in the 20s and
Like-
30s because everyone was bougie at the time.
Oh yeah.
Why didn't anyone want Vincent Van Gogh shit?
That's what I'm saying. No one wanted
Yeah,
Van Gogh.
that's
He
true.
was a poor fucking, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is this shit? This is disgusting." And then his like sister-in-law discovered it all like
They was
15 years later, and
discriminating
was like,
because
"Oh,
he was
shit."
a Puerto Rican.
As
was
long
a
as
Puerto Rican?
as long as you don't marry no.
Hitler or Vincent Van Gogh?
Both of them niggas was
You know,
Puerto Ricans.
no, I'm pretty sure it was Hitler who said, "As long as you don't marry a Puerto Rican,
Puerto
a
Rican.
Puerto Rican."
Why is
Did-
Hitler
did-
from
But
the
imagine,
Bronx?
imagine the world
Because he doesn't
without.
like Puerto Ricans.
Imagine
Or
the world
Jersey.
without World War
Puerto
II.
Rican.
Sorry,
If it
people
just
from the
didn't
Bronx.
The world
happen.
without World War II. My thing is,
No
I don't
United
think
Nations.
As sure as it sounds, I think a better one is what is the world like without a World War One? Because my whole thing is World War II is 100% with or without Hitler. It was 100% going to happen
Don't do
because
it.
No one
of
pays
how the
attention
Treaty
to
of
World
Versailles
War
was
One.
sent. Huh?
Because it wasn't
It's sad that
great
no,
as World War II.
but nobody
It wasn't,
pays.
I guess, as important.
It's because it led to World War II. And
Nobody-
World War II is where the modern world was birthed as we know it.
Right, because nobody pays attention to World War One. Nobody really pays attention to what the deal was with World War One.
World War One was some absolutely crazy
It
shit.
was someone got assassinated, right? It was a
Archduke
prince,
Franz Ferdinand got assassinated by Serbians, the Black Hand.
and framed someone, maybe.
Funny enough story about that guy. So he shot him, and then he tried to commit suicide in the river. You know, there's like a river running through the city. He jumped in it, and it was like 8 inches deep. So he fell like flat on his face. And then he tried taking his poison, his cyanide, and it was like it expires as a really short half life, so it expires really quickly. And like that shit was gone. So he just like kind of fucked himself up. And then they arrested his ass, and then they executed him.
It's crazy how.
And that's a bad way to go. It's like, damn, he probably should have just shot himself.
And the
Jesus.
oh, you took the condom off the thing, bro. The world without
Did
World
you
War
just
I
fucking
and II,
call it a condom?
Yes, I did.
I think
the
about it
world
a lot.
without World War One and Two would be. Where would we be?
The modern society,
Terrifying.
the modern world, the modern period is officially 1945 to the present. That's when it stopped. Like post World War II, end of World War II. That's when it's like that's when everything changed, and that's when it became the modern world. But
that's when everything
I really
calmed
think the
down.
modern world kind of started to develop in the 1880s and 1890s with the scramble for Africa. I think that's when a
That's
lot
where
of
the modern world started, was in Africa.
Yes, sir.
well, I mean that's definitely the basin.
That's where
of,
human
like,
beings started.
yeah, for sure, without a doubt. That's the motherland. But like, so all these like European powers, like Belgium,
Niet.
fucking Italy, France, England, Spain, they were all fighting for fucking.
Belgium. Oh,
No, the Belgians fucked shit up. They
What
did
was
some
his name?
horrible
What
shit.
was his fucking name?
Leopold?
Fuck Leopold.
Leopold II.
That's my D-O-double-G.
I don't know if you want to be repping Leopold
All right,
like
I
that.
guess you repping
The
that.
nation's gonna come after you, bro.
Yeah.
The nation don't play. But so yeah, they all
What?
took different parts of like Africa, like. Somalia basically went to the Italians. The Italians had like Somalia in that area because that's what they went and they conquered. But they only conquered like 5-10 miles inland. They didn't go farther than that. They're like, we can't hold that shit. They didn't have very much. And then you had on the east coast, there was the Portuguese, which had already been there. That's where all the slaves came from. Is they built all these forts in these coastal cities, and like warlords would march up with like captured tribes members from other tribes, and they'd trade them for muskets or gold
I've been
or
in
whatever.
Castle Elamina.
Yeah.
Have you ever been there?
No, I've
Heard
been to
of it.
You know what I'm
Africa.
talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I haven't been to Africa though.
No.
That's wild, bro.
It's crazy. I've been in there. I walked through that.
How was it?
motherfucker.
Haunting?
It was fucking.
Haunting?
Yeah.
I believe it.
It
That's how
was fucking.
concentration camps are too.
I got a picture of it. I got
Please,
several
please
pictures.
You've been to
pull
a-
it up. Pull that up while I continue. I'd like to
Okay,
see that.
yeah.
But so the Portuguese got these. They got like the east side of Africa. West side of Africa. They got West Africa. The French got mostly northern kind of Africa, and they still have a lot of influence in like Algeria and stuff like that.
Morocco.
Yeah, Morocco is a lot more Spanish though, because the Spain and the Moors had been going across the peninsula for like hundreds of years, constantly like blending. That's why if you go to Spain, you see a lot of like Muslim architecture and stuff. It's because they've had periods of going back and forth and back and forth. But they were all vying for resources during this industrial age. And then Belgium got the Congo. That was like the main shit, and they did some horrible shit for
Fuck
rubber in
Leo.
the Congo. Yeah, they were cutting people's hands off. And
Literally
shit. They
cutting
did
people's hands
horror.
off.
Like they were like, all right, if you don't get this much rubber, we're gonna cut off like your hands. And so what people used to do, this is wild. It got so bad and they couldn't get enough rubber fast enough. It was impossible. Quota. They used to go to other villages for hand raids. The whole idea is they would go to another village and cut off their hands because they knew the Belgians were coming, and the Belgians would accept those hands instead of rubber.
It's a whole group of like a whole generation of people without hands.
Generations, dude. It's wild. It's got a fucking brutalized country where everyone's a fucking amputee. Like that's fucked up, man.
I mean, but that's how.
Then
the world
apartheid. You have
was.
the Dutch in South Africa, and they had apartheid. And in the 90s, so it's like I think that's really where the root of modern like civilization. I mean, you can always go, oh no, really, it's 10 years further, and I get that, but I think the scramble for Africa is when all those countries really wanted to flex and like make an empire again. It's like the second attempt to build an empire real quick, and so they all got their shit in Africa, and then they were all like they all signed all these treaties, and in the next 20 years, because of those treaties, once this one person went to war with them, all these other people had to join because they were bound by treaty, and that's how that shit went, and then. The Treaty of Versailles completely fucked the Germans. Like, and it really wasn't. That war really wasn't the Germans' fault. They were on the wrong losing side, but like they didn't start it. They joined in because of where they were.
Like they were in debt. Like a
they were the in debt was like just insane. Like it was a punishment, and they had the war guilt clause, which meant they assumed all responsibility, and they were 100% at fault for everything. No one else but them was at fault for anything. So they did that, which is just like, dude, not really. They weren't even the first in, but whatever. So there's that. Then they owed so much in gold in reparations that it was more gold than had even been mined on Earth at this point. So like if you had taken gold from everybody, it still wasn't enough to cover it. So it's like you put them in an impossible position that they're gonna be pissed off, and then it turned into the Weimar Republic in the interwar period, and they had this hyperinflation where literally people were burning money as like warmth because it was so worthless. You'd be paying like $900 million for a loaf of bread straight up.
Seems worth it.
Yeah, right.
Depends how.
No, like their money was worth nothing, and during this period, a lot of German women. It's actually beautiful. Like it's a pretty cool building.
$900 million for
That's an exaggeration, but probably like 50 million or something. Like
They
just like
processed
$1
14 million
just something
slaves
insane
in
that
this
doesn't make
castle.
sense. And then
And I walked all through this motherfucker.
a lot of women
to
were
think
prostitutes
that, like,
during this period.
300 years ago, you would. That's so crazy.
They had the door from where the ships came in to when you go in. They called it the door of no return, and it was made like real small, so you had to shimmy through because they didn't want nobody rushing. There was a lot of doors made like that throughout the place.
To control how people
how
moved
people came in.
so they
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
stampede or crush.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was very, very.
There's a
eerie.
system, bro. It's fucked up because humans are very good at designing systems to fuck each other over
We're so good at
and
fucking
killing
each
shit.
other
Like
over.
we're really good.
I
at
wonder,
that.
you were talking
so-
about Morocco. I was in King Hassan II's castle. Oh, this is it right here.
Picture it
Oh, it
didn't
was
happen.
amazing. This place was crazy. Pardon me?
I was joking. I said picture it didn't happen.
I don't get it.
That's a world we live in that people don't believe shit you say because you don't have a picture of it.
Oh no, this is the
Space
castle
isn't
in
real.
Casablanca.
I know.
It was
Earth is
crazy,
flat.
man. It was-
Yeah, for
this is
sure.
why my wife. Yeah, that was.
Do you not believe the Earth is flat?
No, I don't believe the earth is
King
flat.
Hassan II. I went to Morocco.
Prove to me that it's round right now.
We can't hear you, Sanman.
Oh, I went to Morocco. Now that's when I got married in 1995.
Prove to me right now the Earth
So,
is
but
round.
that was it.
Did your girl look a lot like Queen Latifah from her UNITY phase? Because
No, she looked a
girl is
lot
white.
like Marcy
Huh?
X.
Are you talking about like my girl's white?
Trying to
No,
show you
I was talking about-
the pictures of the castle in Morocco.
It's a pretty cool castle. I like it.
You gotta
Honestly,
you gotta scroll.
That's one thing I admire. People could go, oh, like, I will say the
You
Europeans.
didn't hear that, did you?
It's weird. What?
Nothing.
You said that she looked like Queen
Tifa
Latifah.
from the UNITY phase.
And what did I say?
I didn't hear
I
it.
said she looked more like Marcy X.
Oh my god.
You know who Marcy X is, don't you?
No, I just laughed to make you feel comfortable.
You don't know who Marcy X is?
No.
Lisa
Me neither.
Kudrow.
I've heard the word Lisa. I've heard the name Lisa Kudrow.
No,
don't know
it was
who
a,
that
it
is.
was
I
a-
heard
it
the
was
name
a, it
Lisa
was a
before.
video. It
I
was
heard
a,
Kudrow,
It was
too.
a movie with Lisa Kudrow and Damon Wayans, and he was a nasty rap artist, and the father owned the fucking thing, so they kind of fell in love in the butt. That shit is so stupid. It's ridiculous.
They fell in love in the butt.
That was the song that
You wanna
the.
do it in my butt?
In my butt.
That's the name of the
Want to
song.
do it in my butt?
Yeah,
my butt?
yeah,
That's the song for real?
yeah.
No, you're lying.
Well,
I
let's do it in
swear.
the butt.
In my
See,
butt. Okay.
I said what
Listen,
in the butt. I said what
Lisa
in the
Kudrow's
butt.
father, Marcy, owned the company that produced Damon Wayans' music, and he was running for office, and they said he was too
made
vulgar,
music?
blah 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 blah. So she went down and
I
asked
didn't
him
know
not
that.
to be so vulgar. So anyway, they ended up hitting it off. Some stupid Puerto Rican girl.
Why'd she gotta be a Puerto Rican?
Because she was. That's what made it so funny.
Because she
Like,
was, bro.
Yeah,
She
because-
just was.
No, she went down there to confront Marcy X, Lisa Kudrow. No, her name was Marcy at the time. To say, yo, why you messing with my man, whatever. And then she ended up, a gun went off and da-da-da-da, and they blamed it on her. So now she was a gangster.
I hate that saying, a gun went off. A gun never just goes off.
Anyway,
Somebody shot.
He
a
woke
gun.
up dead.
hey, it's...
He don't woke up dead.
If
How the
you
fuck you
can,
gonna wake up dead?
Go Google the movie Marcy X and watch. It's fucking hilarious.
So you guys ready for the ketamine?
I got it.
Yeah.
I bought some K.
You like K?
I don't.
You don't like
What is
it?
K?
I do not.
Ketamine.
I actually cannot say I don't like it.
I
'cause
u-
I've never
I used
tried
to.
it, but
It was,
See, it's like being drunk without the nausea. And then it's like drunk. It's like drunk acid without nausea. It's like if acid made you feel the euphoria of being drunk without
I
nausea.
thought you might want to know that.
I like it. But my whole thing, I feel like it's just not worth it. Like I kind of used to really like
Yeah.
it, and then like I
got
revisited it, and I was like, I don't like this shit at all. Like I'm not doing this.
No,
anymore.
yeah. I mean, it's only fun if you're like
Have you
you're
ever
gonna
had a
be
Quaalude?
sitting in one spot.
Sadly, they don't make Quaaludes anymore.
I know, man.
The only place that makes them still is South Africa.
Have you ever heard of the K-hole?
Quaaludes are.
KO, it's like when you get
I heard
so
they're the bomb.
fucking. Like,
Oh,
fucked up
man,
on
that's the
K-
greatest
just
You
thing.
sit
can
there
move.
and
You would
It's
just
like
rather
you're
not.
drunk.
sit there
But,
and
like-
like just zone
But
out.
you are in control of your faculties. You know, like when you're drunk, you can't do shit.
Your legs are wobbling.
Yeah,
and your
yeah,
butter.
but it's like you're drunk as fuck, but
K-
you got total
Kate's popping
control.
at like
That's
rays and shit,
ketamine.
right?
Dude, yes.
Kate's
yes.
popping at rays and
yes.
shit, right?
Yes, it's like the focus more than the music
Yeah, that
nowadays.
really bothers me
is that
because
like-
it's like what we were talking about
It's-
on the Will podcast with Rhythm and how dubstep, the fucking how it almost sounded like rock and roll.
I don't think, wait, you thought dubstep sounded like rock and roll?
Well, that's what it came from.
Oh, okay. To me, it sounded like crazy robot
When
noises.
Sonny Moore, when Skrillex, Sonny Moore. Wait, hang on.
I'm
When-
being silly, man.
when
Keep
Sonny
going.
when Sonny Moore came into the 2010s after he was in From First to Last,
Yeah.
he fucking kept the whole vibe of rock and roll and metal with the sound of the dubstep. And
I
fucking-
agree with
and-
Skrillex.
And right, so and that's what people try to emulate. They did it poorly, and then fucking a few people like Dat Sick and fucking Getter and fucking Excision and people like that did it right, and fucking I left out a bunch of people, but fucking in 2016 after 2014 I would say was the golden year of EDM.
To me, I was
But-
gonna say 2013 to 2014.
yeah, but then in 2015 to 2016, when I showed up down here, like I was talking about on the Will podcast, ketamine showed up heavy, and the sound of the music started to change more from let's go have fun to let's see how cool this music can sound while we're tripping balls.
I don't think
And
there's anything wrong with that. To me, it's not like how fucked up we can get, and that's
yeah,
what I
but
think
that's
was
the
the
thing
issue.
is,
I
that,
don't
but
think
that's the
there's anything
problem.
wrong with
But
wanting
see,
to
the problem
experiment with
is
different musics and like
when the ketamine came in, the ketamine is what made the music change. Is what my opinion.
That's
is.
how it always has been. The
because
drugs
but check it out
influence
though.
the culture.
But the problem is we are just now from 2019 to 2021 getting into the area of dubstep again, where it actually sounds like substance, and we actually have something here.
Is dubstep the right word for that?
Well, I mean, that's what it's encompassed in. That's what the whole thing is encompassed in. Like rhythm, dubstep, tear out dubstep, fucking the same way house, trance,
I fucks with trance hard.
all that kind of shit is like grouped into the same area. I mean, shit, you could call fucking AJK or what is the guy? AFK? AJK? What's
FKJ.
FKJ. Fuck, I keep forgetting the letters. But he's dope as shit though. You show me him all the time. He's dope as shit.
FKJ
And
's sick.
he falls under the category of EDM dance. So fucking
But like for me, even I wouldn't consider him that. Like I mean, I could see electronic. I could see electronic, but that's it.
You
Like,
can
for him,
dance to
because
that
he's
shit.
straight more jazz.
you can dance to that shit all day.
You can vibe to it, but like
You can
it's-
dance.
But it's jazz. That's
Right,
like
but
that is
people
what
used to
it's ba-
dance
it's
to jazz.
saxophone it's saxophone based. Like
Right,
to
but
me, it
people-
feels
You
like
know what
jazz.
they're
It's
talking about?
electronic.
Nah, I don't
People
listen
used
to
to
you.
dance
Hold on,
to
hold on.
jazz.
Like there's
We're black.
I just want to know because I'm lost.
hold on. You're
We're
All I
Negroes.
hear is comprele un rosa para guapo hombre.
All right, so this is FKJ and Masego, and they did this song in the studio and just made it up on the spot, and it turned out to be just straight fire.
But what I'm saying though about EDM is that the fucking people after Skrillex was Bomber and Crowell, and the people who try to copy Bomber and Crowell just right now,
what happened?
2021 is as to 2014 with the golden year of this is the second time we have good shit
That's kind of tight.
My mic went out.
as a DJ and producer.
Oh, my earphone.
One day I'm gonna have all my jams on a.
They build this shit, and
Do
they
you-
use real instruments, so it's like it's hard for me to consider that like straight electronic.
Do you have the flash drive on you?
No.
Makes me feel good when you have it on you.
Well, I don't have it on
Pause.
me.
But
I got something to tell you about that.
I be jamming to that shit.
Bro, no,
right
this
there.
shit's a jam. What I'm
You
saying
can
is
dance to this.
Oh, dude. Yeah, but it's not that kind of like. I mean, you could definitely dance to it, but it's more.
Now,
of
who
a
wants to
vibe.
dance to that?
Like if you're all on drugs.
I feel like I hear like Anderson
Nah.
Paak or some shit on here. Like
So you see what I'm
That's
saying?
EDM?
It's jazz.
Girl, let
I
me
consider
spread
that
your
like it's
legs.
jazz that's
yeah,
electronic.
I think it's like a new age jazz.
Don't
Yeah.
make a nigga beg. Oh,
Hold on,
Neo
there's like,
soul.
hold on a
Yeah.
sec. There's like
Oh.
electronic shit. You can hear him put in like.
Your headphones went out?
Oh, just this one.
sexy.
It's a jam though, bro. Especially
That's
when the
what-
voice, dude. Listen to the guy's voice.
Okay,
he
you
gets
could
in there.
just
Like,
ask for it. Fucking PM.
Sexy. I like that kind of shit. I'll spit some poetry for that shit.
it sounds like some shit you should hear at like a.
But
fucking-
All right,
you
listen,
ever
we're
heard
gonna
of
start an
Plugged
open
In
mic,
B,
Kolbe. You DOWG.
Have you ever heard of Plugged In B?
Who?
Plugged In B. It's the new thing. It's the new underground in rap right now. Plugged In B. Really?
We're gonna do an open mic. You gonna be down with us?
Yeah, I can rap. I literally like.
Right on. You got skills, dog.
I do.
It ain't easy. That's what I do. Make the money. Me and my fucking crew.
Delta.
4-5.
I've been meaning to try this.
He's playing the smooth jazz out.
No, I can listen to this shit all day. Oh, you gotta get the,
Right.
Once the voice gets in there, it straight just pops off though.
Welcome to the Knuckleheads podcast.
This is the place.
This is
where-
NPR.
We like to.
NPR would never play shit
I love
this
it.
cool.
Yeah, the fuck they
Will
would.
loves NPR, but like I
They
can't
absolutely
get into NPR.
fucking would.
Who's Will?
Yo,
Works
ladies
at the
and
Grotto?
gentlemen,
Huh?
The bar back
we're cruising down
Oh.
the runway.
I didn't know.
Taxiing at about
There's a lot of Wills.
400
Yeah,
miles per hour. About ready for takeoff.
Oh,
things considered.
We just lifted off. Landing gear up. Tighten up your seatbelts, everybody.
Here we go,
We're
boy.
getting ready to cruise all the way down.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted you to know I laced that blunt with acid.
feel
We are gonna be tripping, boy.
You can't
Good thing you
smoke
can't
acid,
smoke
you
it.
dumb motherfucker.
Unless it's fake acid, and you get
It
some
is-
research chemical.
Fake acid. We are smoking RC.
Everything
Who
on this
said that?
podcast
Good, 'cause
is
I
said
put
for
2CI in your
recreational
Bud Light.
purposes. And nothing has to do with nothing because we some cool niggas just chilling on our flight.
Hold on.
Well, half of us are
Wait.
cool niggas. The other half are just cool people.
Everything said on this podcast is
You mean the
strictly for
devils?
entertainment value. It does not necessarily reflect the actions of the individuals involved, baby.
I don't
Did somebody just pass gas?
I
smell
farted twice
You did?
in a row. No,
I thought I didn't. How old is the shrimp over here that you were eating?
Like today.
Oh, okay.
we bought it today.
I'm not gonna lie. I looked over here when I came in. I seen the shrimp. I was like, never.
Sus.
Well, they didn't tell me you was
Suspicious.
coming till like
I'll have
5
to leave
minutes.
them out on the
later.
windowsill till they sweat and
Dang.
get all nice and crispy.
We could have pitched it on some food. I would have.
Let's do it.
Also, I would have brought more. I honestly not gonna lie. Almost forgot about. I was like asleep. I was just
That's why I
waking
texted you. I was
up.
like, oh shit, probably forgot.
Just waking up.
So let me
I was
get my
like, oh,
money,
shit,
dog.
I should have went and got some weed and some shit. I only had like a blunt. I was not properly prepared.
So you having fun, my man?
Yeah.
This is some
I
cool
like
shit we
talking.
be doing.
I think yeah. I think
We should play a drinking game.
He's getting
every time there's a pause, take a shot. Just like now. Pause, take a shot.
Damn, okay.
I'm too old.
What do you like, 25? That's old in my opinion. I'm 18.
No, remember I said no. I gotta slow down because I want to get my
19.
body right so I can be in this movie.
To be very much illegal, me drinking on this podcast.
You hear what I said? I'm gonna be in a movie before I die.
You are?
Yep.
I mean, when did Morgan Freeman get famous?
Copyright. What do we say?
100?
Copyright.
How old is Morgan
71.
Freeman? Morgan Freeman's like 300. He got famous.
That's
at like,
wonderful.
I don't
It
care.
is
I don't care
wonderful,
about
though.
fame.
But
I
it
just
could
want to
be-
do
could-
it.
Miss it like that.
We could get a copyright strike though.
Motherfucker.
you definitely could.
freestyled this.
We could get okay, but it's his.
But you can definitely be in a movie. I had
I've
a
done it
teacher.
before.
I had a teacher in high school who used to. She
We
used to be
fucking
in
love it
movies.
though.
She used to be in movies.
I love
Yeah,
that shit.
not famous, just definitely like B movies. Like
Yeah.
That's cool. We had a horror movie filmed here.
In this place?
Yeah, before there was all this drywall up, it looked like
I would
just
definitely
like
film.
a horrible, just like scary ass place with holes in the wall, like just like it fucked up floors. Like there was no like just like ripped up floorboards. Fucking just like this shit looked like a fucking crack house in Detroit.
I'm telling you right now,
Straight
this is
up.
probably like. I would do so much. You have a dope spot, like
Thank you.
creative wise. I would do so much,
I
like
appreciate
videos, like just.
I
a lot
wouldn't
of
live here
shit.
if you paid me.
Music videos. Like photo shoots, it's
fucking
pretty
funny.
dope.
I live
Thank
here
you.
in a heartbeat. This place is dope.
It's a good time, but yeah, I want to do more. I want to do more shit with the room in general.
Oh,
Like,
man,
usually we
wait-
play D&D in here
Wait till
too.
the zombies come. This is the spot to come, and you better bring. If you can't come up in this bitch, if you can't
You
bring
should let
something,
Adam do his OnlyFans content.
Is zombie come like
if
rancid?
the zombie comes, we not letting you in unless you can bring something to the table.
Go get Adam's OnlyFans.
Yo, maybe you should do an OnlyFans, but as like your female self, and just like catfish the fuck out of people because
And
it'd be
that's the-
hilarious. Bro, do it. It's
Yeah,
like just
'cause
do
you
it.
look
Like you
like
bro.
dig at the end,
He
surprise.
looks like a little biatch.
Oh well, damn. We were uplifting him.
Well, what if you get like
What?
100
What if
followers?
that's the goal?
What?
To look like a little bitch.
Shave.
I mean, if that's your goal, then fuck it.
That's the aesthetic.
Do it
That's
the
the
fuck-
vibe.
Go like
Do whatever
this.
you want in
Hey,
life.
y'all
Do
want to
what
hear
that
some
works.
cool shit? Landon taught me. He taught me some cool shit to play on the guitar. I'm gonna practice that shit.
I taught him
And
the
and
first.
listen.
I taught him the
In a
first
month
two
from
notes
now-
of the blues scale.
In,
There you
in a
go.
month from now or less, I'm gonna be. And you know that song, "Who Can Take a Rainbow?" The Candyman
You mean the
can.
Candyman, yeah.
I'm gonna make a song called "The Sandman Can."
The Sandy Man
That,
can?
that bitch is gonna be off the chain, and then I gotta make
Ridiculous.
my song to Paige, White Girl. The
you
song's
can
called
make a
White
song
Girl.
about white girl?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot
About
of rappers
Paige.
have done that.
No,
About
it's
Paige.
it's called White Girl, White Girl,
It's about-
White
In
Girl,
love
White
with a
Girl, White Girl.
She's dope as power.
No, White Girl, White Girl, White Girl, White Girl, White Girl, White Girl.
She's never seasoned a chicken in her life.
White girl, white girl, white girl.
What's up?
White
You should say it
girl.
You
white
seem
girl.
creatively
Like an
bankrupt.
uncomfortable-
You seem bombed out
You
and
have said
depleted.
white girl at a comfortable amount of times.
White girl,
What about the black girls?
white girl. Well, I
What?
told
He's
her I
being
was gonna write the song.
disrespectful.
I'm
He's not
not.
including them.
Yeah,
No, the song is
disrespectful.
called White Girl.
you racist.
Okay, why don't you write black girl now?
or
No, that would be
Hispanic
called
girl.
That would be
How about
called
Puerto Rican girl?
Mother
What's up
of
with
the
you guys saying that?
Universe.
It's a funny way to say it. I can't get
Puerto
over it.
Rican.
Yeah, Puerto Rican.
Puerto
Like,
Rican.
like people from like New York say that.
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Puerto
Like
Rican.
Puerto Rican guy over
My
there.
mother always
Puerto
said Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mother said
That's
My
like a
grandma-
country. That's more country
my
kind of
grandma
thing.
said that shit.
Puerto
Like a
Rican.
Puerto Rican.
She was
Rican.
a Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
That's
Yeah.
like
But
the-
it's Puerto Rico, Rico Suave,
Damn.
Negro Chulo.
Made me wet.
What'd
Bro.
you say?
Huh?
Did I hear you say nigga make me wet? What the fuck? going on? No, hell no. I was trying to close this bitch out. We making niggas wet. I can't fuck with that.
I got a
the
question.
wa-
You see this? What is your instinctive reaction to do to it?
I thought this shit was a blood. I'm
But
gonna
you know what
suck
it is?
the
It's
nip-
wine.
it's
But
gonna-
do you know what you're supposed to do with it? Hold on. Don't say
I
it.
was gonna suck like the little bag.
No,
Okay, so
you-
that's
No,
you,
you ain't sucking
You
on
do it,
that.
but you gotta do something first. You should waterfall it, but there's something you
Hey,
gotta do.
look,
There's a
I
tradition.
can't
I-
hold my hand back.
All right, you gotta slap the bag and then
Hey,
waterfall it
don't
into your
lick
mouth.
on my shit,
You
dog.
slap the bag
Why you-
hard.
what are you
He wants to
doing?
slap your bag.
I can't. It's fucking a disease.
Hey.
Slap my balls?
He gave me
Hey,
this
look.
disease.
bag. You slap
He-
the bag.
Hey,
It's
don't
his
lick
fault.
on my shit.
It's his fault. He
So
gave
hit
me
it.
this
Slap that
disease.
shit hard.
And
slap-
don't
you slap
open
it hard.
up.
Yo, damn.
Chill, bro. You go attack
Hey.
him now.
You
Hey, don't
your
put your
hands.
lips on my shit, dog.
Hey, you can waterfall. All right, you.
Yeah.
That's like
Water.
a-
bro, I feel
That's
so
a-
sketch doing it. 'Cause
No,
I'm wearing
okay.
a
Let me
white
show you
shirt.
how it's done.
Yeah,
How about
yeah,
that? Here.
Yeah,
You gonna follow
I'm
suit?
gonna let this. I'm gonna let this man do it.
Bag.
First. Bag.
Take it.
Stupid.
That's how it's done. You didn't expect that slap to be so hard, did you?
God,
So passionate.
Bro, I'm telling you, you can do a lot. You get a lot of anger out on this bag while you drink, and it's very
Hold it up
therapeutic.
for
Here,
him. Hold it up for him so he get a
Here.
good smack.
here. You know, if you want, I'll do the full assist with this and this. So here, you get a full ass.
Oh
smack.
my god.
I
Or
want
you
one
use a full
after.
smack. Here, I'll give everyone
Okay.
an assist. We're going around. Okay?
Oh Jesus Christ. This.
Hard, like get it in there.
Ooh.
Don't work.
After a while, it's kind of weird. You know?
Yeah!
It's like
Fuck
Just-
yeah!
a man holding the bag over your head and just pouring liquid.
At least
At
it,
least you're on the ground, and I'm not holding it like you over here. I got a bag for you.
You want some wine?
Do you need an assist or
Give
you
me
got
that
this?
shit.
Well, give it a little bit of loose space. Just a little
Bad.
Give it a little bit. There.
Ah!
That's why I said give it a little bit of loose space.
You made it nut pre. You made it pre nut.
I mean, Adam knows how to work it like that. Stroke the shaft, cradle the balls, swallow the gravy.
Wow. Okay.
Tickle the balls.
You like your? Honestly, do you like your balls being sucked?
Yes and no. This is
I
my thing.
love
Hold on,
that
hold on.
shit.
There's technique to it. I like the oral contact, but if let's say there's actual like suckage, like a suction thing going on, it hurts, bro. It fucking
hurts so
hurts.
bad.
That's what you
Yeah.
gotta realize. I think that's kind of like
what you
my
got,
point. It's
baby
like,
nuts?
That shit can feel good.
You have nuts of steel? Like
Hell
But
yeah.
okay, I feel like your nuts being licked feels better than your nuts being
Yes.
sucked.
Sucked like a-
Like this
yeah.
shit hurts, bro.
It's like
They're
a fucking
sensitive,
vacuum,
bro.
like-
Dude, it's sensitive.
It's horrible.
Shit hurts.
Does
So
hurt.
yeah, that's my opinion on that.
I got a little too excited with the wine.
It's okay. We forgive you. We accept you.
Negro.
We're here for you.
Who can spell
My man
Negro?
had 2 apple ciders. He's crank right now.
Spell
cranked
Negro.
up.
Someone
K
spell Negro.
Neegr.
He hit it with the K.
O-W.
He spelled
Why
it
is there
right.
2 E's?
Yeah, but yeah, why is there two E's?
These really do grow.
I don't know.
It's KNEGRO. Can I ask you a question?
What? Wait.
KNE, G-R-O.
That's on knees wrong.
No.
Oh.
Have you ever said
Fuck you.
anything as stupid as that in your life? Some of
Have
the
I
shit,
ever spelled knees?
some of the shit that I say to get people to buy a flower. Have you ever heard anybody say some stupid shit like I say?
Yeah. This
Like
one
what?
dude asked me for like if I wanted candy, just to come in his van. I was like,
Bro, what kind of
you
candy?
get?
Yeah, thank you.
And
That's the question.
This man told me like fucking Kit Kats. I'm like, I'm not going for that.
Dude, Kit Kats are like, I like Kit Kats, but I don't fuck with them like that. If he had Skittles, Starburst,
Thank you.
fucking Reese's Cups, you're fucking gone.
That boy, I would have been gone if he had
You're gone.
Skittles.
He got Milky Ways? Okay, I'm in it.
Yo,
Hershey
I was about to
Symphonies?
say
Ooh.
I would have been an Amber Alert, but you know one thing about Amber Alerts, I don't.
Most
get,
of them aren't like actual people abducting
but like
shit.
doesn't the person get it too?
Huh?
Doesn't like the person?
Oh, they
like,
should.
If
Yes.
I kidnap Adam,
Yeah, because it goes to everybody. So that person, if they have a phone, should get the Amber Alert. At that point, you'd be like, "Oh shit, I need to pull over." Like I'm about to
changing
get.
my car. Like
That's a good point. You know what I do
Yeah.
fuck with the silver alerts.
silver. Alert?
That's for basically like people like old, like especially in Florida, like
I don't
elderly
really care about
people.
old people.
Nah, come on, or like an old person like fucking is all driving and they're fucking don't know where they are, so they drive like
That
60
brings
miles
up-
to Fort Myers because they have dementia. That shit
brings up-
happens.
That brings up the question: if you're
I'm
7 to 9 years old and you get molested, I can understand that. But if you get molested
At, like,
again
15.
at 15 or
Are
16,
you talking about as a man or a
you
woman
like
or
that
in
shit.
general? I want some differentiation.
He said, wait.
You're saying it's your kink if you're like
He said-
15 or
he said-
16.
no, you're a little kid
Okay.
and you get molested at 7 to 9 years old.
What about 10 or 11?
I
Okay,
hate that I'm like a little tipsy. So
No,
I'm gonna laugh at this.
I'm just saying.
It's a weird.
Yeah, okay, you get molested. You're in the situation. You don't really know what's going on. Somebody molests you from 7 to 9 years old. All right. So that happened. You don't like that shit. That's some bullshit, whatever. But it happens again at 15 years old. I mean, it actually happens at 15 years old. You like that shit, right?
What about the gray area? If you
What if you're a little
15?
tiny little 15-year-old?
We're not talking. Listen.
Like, I'm 12.
What if you're a really immature
Listen,
15-year-old?
Listen. You play football. You're an athlete. Somebody molests you at an adolescent age. Not a preteen, but at an adolescent age. Okay, it happens. It's over with. Okay, now you're in high school, football team, all kinds of shit. Somebody tricks you into the situation and molests you again. You like it. You have to.
What? I don't know about that one, big
I'm not
dog.
going to
Yeah,
go
I
on
can't
record
agree with
agreeing.
that
I'm
one.
sure there are some instances of some people, because of their fucked up past,
You know,
There's a
are into
difference
being
between-
used. Because there's a lot of people who like punishment.
you want to know what I think? I think everybody's 15 years old is very different.
That's a big fact, but it doesn't matter. You can't have sex with people under 18. There's a
No,
law
I'm
that we
not
have to
saying
make.
that. I'm
Don't
not saying
fuck
that. I'm
people under
saying
18.
again, like as a
Don't do it.
rebuttal,
I got
as like a
racist
rebuttal. Wait.
Okay.
As a rebuttal to what he's saying, what if that's a 15-year-old
Samoan dude.
That's like.
Versus Trisha Yang, you know? I mean, like, that shit's different.
What if it's a 15-year-old kid that's like skinny as fuck and is like
He played
weak?
football.
Yeah.
He
like-
was on the wrestling team. He ran
he wrestled.
track.
But what if it's like some like?
But what if it's a
smaller-
psychological thing?
It's like he's
What if
never
it's
stood
what
up
if
for
he's
himself.
not? What
That
if
is
he's-
the issue.
What if? What if?
Man,
What if?
you
wait,
don't
wait,
go
wait,
up
hold on,
in
hold
a
on,
locker room.
wait. What if he is not mature enough to understand how big he is physically? What if he's still a kid in his
What?
head? What if he's
Okay,
still a kid in his head? Wait.
Was he a retard?
No. Think about it. Think about it like this. If he's like 14 or 15 years old and he's an athlete in sports, but he gets handed everything in life and he's sensitive, right? So what if he's not what if he's not mentally mature enough to understand that I'm this big, I'm this old, I can overpower somebody? What if he's one of the people
No matter
who
what
what if he
age-
just doesn't understand that he can overpower somebody?
You
That's
need to,
real.
you know that by the time you're 14,
No.
bro,
No matter what.
and like you like, let's say like you beat up your dad or your older brother or some shit. You know what I mean? At a certain point, it's like that ain't like a play thing anymore where you can like just like punch on him. It's like, no, dude, like you're too big for that. Like you're too old. You're actually gonna fuck me up and it hurts. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I like with my brother and shit. Like
What
as
if
a
someone
kid,
didn't have
I was
it?
like be punching him and shit. I mean,
What if the only aggression that they got out and they didn't have a lot of aggression?
That
What
shit
if the
good.
only time they got physically crazy was when they were working hours, they're playing
You
football?
liked it, didn't you?
I mean, you should figure it out when you're lifting higher and higher amounts. You know what I mean? It's like you're fucking lifting a lot.
You
People
like
don't
it.
But what
weigh
if
that
that's the
much.
first time that kid went through it and he's scared? What if that person? What if that
He doesn't
guy,
know how to react to
what if-
like an older individual placing their hands on him.
Yeah. What if he doesn't?
I mean,
know?
it happens a lot. You ever
Man,
seen the
if
kids
my
that Biden has
15-year-old
in his fucking in the fucking White House? Are you kidding me?
I didn't really
Bro,
expect
no,
that.
dude, everywhere. Bro, it's. I'm sorry, but that was a perfect tie-in, bro. You're talking about you're standing there with someone like this is a big issue. The whole molestation thing is it's like it's someone you're supposed to trust, right? It's like a trusted older figure abusing
exactly.
their trust.
So
Most of the
that's
time.
even the
So
part
I'm
of
like,
it.
you got the president sniffing on you and like doing this and like still like. I don't know how to act during this because this
Yeah, I
is
saw a
supposed to be okay.
couple of those.
Dude,
That's
there's a lot
weird.
of them and they're
I saw a
all
couple of
gross.
those.
They're
That's really
gross,
fucking weird.
bro. Like they're just.
I don't know. I definitely seen some. To
I'm
be
not
real,
saying that
I've
he-
seen some. There's some. I'm like, all right, he's just being like an old dude that like hugs. The sniffing shit's weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, why are you sniffing?
But a lot of I've seen
See,
him
your
pull,
hair
I've seen him
smells
pull a girl
terrific.
like who was like 2 feet away from him, like a 12-year-old or something, like pull her ass 2 feet, like
But I
picture.
get it.
her.
Hey, it's hard out here for a pimp
and I'm
trying
not
to get the
tryna-
money
and I-
for the rent.
And I'm not trying to give this man the benefit.
With
of
a
the
Bruh.
doubt. I'm
Cadillac
just talking
and-
like separately. I'd definitely be like, as younger, been pulled like my uncle or something.
But you know, and that's all, like a random
Yeah,
mother-fucker
but
that
it's
you don't
like-
know. It's like,
it's
who is
definitely-
this dude?
Yeah, it's
like,
definitely
that's-
not comfortable, regardless, because I didn't want to.
But also, I feel
But at
like
least it's
there's
your
like
family,
a,
you
politicians
know, like-
have that
Yeah.
thing where politicians have like they're supposed to like
That's
be
right.
for the children
Don't be
and
talking about my dog.
All right, but my thing is,
B-I-A-B-E-N.
at what point when are we gonna say it's enough when Biden makes out with a baby instead of just kissing it? I mean, come on.
But that's been forever. Fucking presidential candidates have been
Yeah.
kissing.
My
babies
point, no,
on
my
the head
point
and
is Biden
shit.
takes everything too far. So like, yo, okay, kissing babies, everybody kissing a baby. I can see straight up Biden being like, "Hey, baby."
But he's like fucking.
But
Like, I
have
can
you
see him
ever
getting,
seen
like, I can just see
that?
him doing
though?
some weird shit, then sniffing the baby. Like, I love that new baby smell.
Because he's trying to be the complete opposite of Trump. So like,
He's like the not like my thing is like he's just a regular old presidential white dude that everyone should be able to control. That'll be alive for another 2 years.
I really think he might. I don't want him to do this. I might think he might.
Dude, he's
Isn't
gonna
this
croak.
kinda
That was the plan the whole time. Like that's why, like, Kamala, who called him out on being like, "Yo, I totally believe everyone who said he sexually assaulted that he sexually assaulted them." She on campaign when she was running against him for president was like, "I believe all that shit."
That's politics.
Politics, but I mean that's something that shouldn't be
That's
political.
like,
It's like,
I'm
do you
trying to
believe that someone raped someone or not? Like that is not supposed to be a political thing. Like
It's not. It's shitty that it is,
it
but
fucked
it
up.
is.
That is
You
sadly.
don't think that
Sad.
that's possible
Like,
that a
shit like that is
politician
used
would be
as-
lying about
How
that?
did
Look at what's the Supreme Court? Look at
Brett Kavanaugh? Yeah.
all of them are
It's like,
perverts,
if you're
liars, thieves,
You're trying to. Like,
and Trump is at the top list.
I don't. If you're trying
Bill
to
Clinton's
make
at the top
anything
list,
like
bro.
Okay,
any
you got me
sexual
there.
assault political,
You got me there.
you're a piece of
It's
shit.
not
Hold up. What was
if
that
you
called?
make any type of like sexual assault or harassment political, you're a piece of shit.
Agreed. It's
you-
not.
you
It
should
shouldn't
not
be.
weaponize
It should
yeah,
never be a
for sure.
political
It
thing.
shouldn't be like
It's not a weapon. It's not.
that's like way too serious to be a weapon.
No,
Like,
dude. Like, yeah, you have to take it for all the gravity that it
Yeah,
really
like-
holds. Like, it's an extremely destructive event. And you have to take it that way. What do you? Okay, I've always said this.
I love sexual
If you
harassment.
find out somebody is blatantly,
Yeah, that's what your fucking job is.
lying about rape or sexual assault, like 100%, like wasn't even in the same room as that person, and the other person had proof, and they took someone to court. They said he raped me, and they're like, bitch, I was at SeaWorld. Here's the ticket.
you
Do you
deserve to
think-
go to jail.
Okay, yeah, but like hard, not just like a little bit. Like, dude, you
You
deserve to do
deserve to
something
be
because
punished.
Take that
you deserve
ass.
to do at least
That's
half the possible
premeditated.
time that the
That's
other
right.
person could have
That's
done for
right.
what you lied on.
Goddamn
That
right.
You feel me? Like, because that is some fucked up
Goddamn
shit.
right.
Look, if someone accuses you, like it's
Like-
like something like that, it's just
I've been
I will
accused
hate
of that
you.
shit.
I will hate you just because someone accused you of it. You
Yeah.
can't like fake
Yeah.
Dude, you fuck somebody's life up,
Yeah.
bro.
whole
Like, that's it. Like,
reputation.
You know what's
They
funny?
accused me of
their
that
whole
shit.
life, bro. They
Yeah.
gotta move cities. Like they can't
I
be in
heard
the
that.
same
Whether
place.
you
whole
like it or
bunch
not,
of
if
I
someone
heard
gets
that.
accused of rape, you're definitely gonna be like,
I fucking
you're
heard
gonna
what
look
you
at it
just said.
different.
I heard
It's
that.
like, what if, like, oh,
It's like, what if he rapes? You're
What
gonna
if
think
he
about it.
did?
It's something that you might not think of. It's like,
And
what
then
if
you
he
look
raped?
at him
What if he
crazy.
raped?
You know,
People
it's like, you
looking
didn't
at
shave your
yo,
beard a
dog,
couple days
what's
ago.
up?
He rapes.
No,
He
when I
rapes.
heard that, I was like,
it's like you gotta.
No, I lived at
I
a
don't mean
house
to
that had-
conflate that with the idea that like if you get a not guilty thing. I'm so sorry.
No,
No,
never
'cause
mind.
you were already
No.
talking.
You go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I just don't want to conflate that with the not like. Look, if he gets found out, like, hey, this guy is
Nipples are
not
hard.
guilty because he didn't have enough evidence. No, I'm not saying that person who came out and didn't get justice should get thrown in jail. I'm saying for blatant lies that can be
Like-
proved. Like that's a blatant fucking lie.
Like everyone's
But
like,
you're
like,
going to jail.
Like you try to Jesse
all
Smollett
going to
us.
jail.
Everybody goes.
Go
to
to
Like if
jail.
you try to Jesse Smollett us on like a rape case, I'm like, bro, you
Bro, like
deserve
that's
to go
like
to
you
jail.
can't lie about. Like,
no. And I think women who have sent
Bullshit.
men to jail over lying about fucking
Deserve
being
jail.
raped
anything, bro.
should go to fucking jail.
Yeah,
Agreed.
and that's fair.
you
I
lie-
think anyone would
if
agree
you're
on that. That's
female
not a
out
male
there-
or female issue.
if
That's
you're
like a fact.
if you're
Not-
female,
that's not something.
Them-
to play
those are
with.
facts.
if you're
bro.
somebody out there who has lied about being raped and you send somebody to jail, you're a terrible fucking piece of shit.
Because
Yeah.
everybody,
Agreed.
there's not one person that's gonna be like, that person accused of
And
rape.
he-
I'm gonna
and
go
that
fuck with
he
him
or she
still.
didn't
like I'm
fucking
gonna
do
like
it.
cut
You
her
distance
off.
yourself just
It's like,
'cause.
I don't know, bro.
Which
Like,
is sad. What were you saying, Sam, man?
It was something stupid. I don't remember.
you remember
So
the,
Colby,
you
I have a
remember-
question for you.
Oh
What'd-
yeah, what's
what'd you
the
say?
So
question.
what's probably one of the fucking wildest things you've seen in Ybor?
wildest things I've seen
One
in
of.
Ybor?
Don't mention the shoe liquor. Just kidding. You can mention the shoe liquor.
I've seen the shoe
Definitely
liquor
the
at work.
shoe liquor.
Have you seen the shoe liquor?
Yes, definitely the night with Maurice is one like a wild
A night with
first
Maurice.
hand.
What the fuck?
He
He
first-
punched a piece of glass, right?
Yeah, first
He
hand.
Punched a window out. That's why he came to work for fucking 3 weeks with a cast on.
Seen a couple people get knocked out. You know, like
Oh, that's basic though. The knockout.
yeah, it's like
Have
ever
you seen
since.
have you ever seen a shooting? I've
Yes.
heard them. I haven't seen
Yes.
any. I've heard them.
Yeah,
I've
in
seen 'em.
Ybor. I have not seen a shooting in Ybor.
That's
I have.
fortunate. Good.
So the New Year's Eve, like 2019.
2019, going into 2019.
Going into 2019.
2018? I think 1920 you're thinking of.
19 to
We're talking
20.
people in the Ritz parking lot.
I'm talking about the people right
So-
outside of gas bars.
So I'm
right
not-
outside of Carmine's party place that shot up into the air.
But
Yeah.
I was like what? When I was a teenager, I definitely didn't come out to Ybor. I turned 21, and then COVID happened. So as soon as I turned 21, I couldn't.
Bro,
Like,
so
I
the
can't even
Hey,
come
at
out
least we're
here.
in Florida though.
The
Now
Yeah.
we've been doing shit for like 6 to 8 months. You know,
The
Like,
fucking-
whereas everyone else. Is
Oh,
still
I
fucking,
know.
Like, Pennsylvania.
I
It's still
don't-
shut.
I
down.
haven't worn
So
a
I haven't even gotten a
bro.
chance
I
to
haven't
really
worn
see
a mask to
crazy
work
shit.
in
So I
like
haven't
6
crazy
weeks.
Facts.
I haven't worn a mask to work in like 6 weeks.
Bro, I love it. I
But, like,
I
check
wore
it
a
out.
mask for the first
So-
time to my other job yesterday out of respect just for my boss. It's
Yeah.
the only reason for like 2 hours, but I haven't worn a mask in like 3 months before that.
But check it out.
Beautiful. I
So
love it.
my first time in Ybor, I was trying to find Molly, right?
Molly.
I was trying to find some
need to put
MDMA.
some
I
sound
still
effects.
haven't tried Molly yet. Though.
This is the schnitzel with Molly.
I'm so-
Molly.
I'm so down to
Molly,
try
Molly.
That's fucking dope.
But I was trying to but when I was I came down here on my bicycle. My girl, no, that's probably what I was thinking about earlier. The big girl,
Yeah.
she had just broken up with me. I was like,
Oh,
fuck.
so
good.
now
We're
you
back
saying
to it.
big.
Yes, we got it
now
now.
you're fucking saying big and not fat.
Yeah, I mean it's better.
A big old
But
fatty.
Fucking a big old fat fucking girl. She fucking
Oh shit.
she broke up with me. I was coming to Ybor to try and find some Molly, and there was this old gay dude that fucking brought me in the back of the fucking bathhouse for like a half hour. I was waiting in the parking lot. I gave him $20. He went into the he went inside. I gave him $20. I stayed out in the parking lot. He went up inside to give me. I was fucking how old was I? I was 18 years old. And
Oh, he knew you were 18. That's why he went to the back of the bathhouse. He
Yeah.
accepted that.
Yeah.
He's too smart to go to
Now-
jail
Where's
for
this
that.
story?
and then
going?
fucking it was before it burnt down too. Fucking he went up in there. I waited for like 2 hours, and his friend came out we connected because he had been to Blissfest before in Michigan, and he said, "Yo, I don't know what the fuck they're doing in there. I'm not from here. That was just the dude I found." Like, he had no idea it was the bathhouse, like some crazy gay shit. Like,
wonder how many dicks
the
got sucked in that
bathhouse. You know what the bathhouse of Ybor was?
Nah.
It was
I used to live there.
It was
get
like-
their dick sucked and shit.
you
know,
could
that
go
kinda
there
gay
if you were
bathhouse.
gay, and you could fuck just
Oh,
openly.
wait.
People
It
were
was like a
walking
little
in.
club. You
So
would
the
just go
fucking
and-
I was
thing
like,
is,
wait, getting your.
I never been in there, but I was
Yeah.
waiting out back
Unless you
for
want an old
like
white dude
I
to
was
suck your
waiting out
dick.
back for like 2 hours one night, and then he came. The guy, his friend, came out with $20. He's like, "Yeah, no, he's not coming out. Here's your $20. I'll give you $20 out of my wallet. Here you go." He actually bought Molly and did it all. Fucking, and I was like, "Wow, cool." And then fucking, I was 18. I was on probation. I had to get my ass home. That was some fucking crazy
I wish I was
shit.
happy about probation.
And then
shit.
I found a fucking pair of high
Ready to go,
heels.
bro?
I don't know why I did that.
I found a pair of high heels with some panties on it once in Ybor too.
I'm looking at your question, and I'm sorry to like expose this.
Oh
But,
no,
like, that's so true.
That's
Like,
another
how
question
many-
I had.
how many-
married men with children in this world are gay?
Probably like
Okay,
a lot.
more outside of the U.S. because gay is pretty accepted here in a lot of parts of the Western world.
What about
nowadays.
if you're in Utah?
Utah's fine, dude. They leave each other alone. They all
What if
live on
you're
property and
the
shit. Like, they're not
Mormons?
fucking with
What,
each other.
what if you're in Tennessee?
It
What if
doesn't
you're in
matter.
the mountains?
Literally, I am counting all the U.S.
Maybe
I don't care if
like-
it's Mississippi.
maybe
dude,
like
you can
50
still be
years
gay.
I think you're conditioned
But
to
maybe like
Florida.
50 years ago.
I think you're conditioned to Florida.
but
50 years ago,
now-
totally different. No, now
Now it's
even
like,
the
bro,
most
you
conservative
gay?
states, it
Alright.
doesn't matter, bro. Like it really doesn't.
Like you have a problem with gay people in 2021?
No.
Like, they're-
There's
like,
you
like-
but like
the deal is that like how many
It's like-
men are afraid because
what I'm saying is the
like-
reason I made the distinction between the U.S. and the rest of the world, especially in like other especially Catholic countries and shit,
Yeah.
and like more like countries where like the masculinity is more narrowly defined, like a lot of like South American countries and shit. It's like, dude, you can't be gay. Like your family, which is your only support system, and you've been taught is your only support system, will abandon you if you come out as gay. They don't care if you fuck dudes, but you better have a wife and kids
two things.
because you keep the name going. They're like, hey, you do
Okay,
whatever you want in your own
shit.
time. You ain't really gay because, hey, you got a wife and kids. We don't care what you really want. Doesn't matter. We do a lot. Their whole thing is we're trying to survive. We do whatever shit we have to, you know? It's like, as long as you make kids and continue the line and fucking keep doing your thing, you never say those words. And like, it's really weird how the culture works, at least in that part of the world. I think it's like that in a lot of parts. I think a lot of Asian cultures, like, if they're gay, it's like, don't fucking talk about it. Have kids. Do whatever you want in your own time. I
Now-
think that's kind of like the norm in a lot of our places nowadays.
Here's another question: how many people are out there that are transgender?
Not as many as some
you
claim,
think?
I think. I think a lot of people are claiming nowadays because they're confused young kids and
know what?
they've been taught a lot of bullshit. And they watch
That
TikTok
happened to
for
me.
19 they watch TikTok 19 hours a day and sometimes maybe watching 10 seconds of what's supposed to be logic and then jumping up and saying in an echo chamber isn't going to be good for your mental health.
Well,
like
I think
transgender people
I'm
exist.
lucky.
They absolutely do. And they should be able to get these
Stop
surgeries.
promoting homosexuality to children.
Yes, I agree. I don't think you should promote any. I don't think you should promote sexuality.
I don't think you should
promote
promote
sexuality to
promote
children. They should find it on their
heterosexuality
own.
either.
I agree.
Yeah,
I don't think you
it's
should
like-
promote. You should not
Sexuality
promote-
of any kind at all.
I don't think you should hide it.
That's-
You
Do you
shouldn't
agree with
promote
that?
it.
That's
Do you
not-
agree?
With that.
You're
Don't
either
hide it. Don't promote. Don't.
look,
I've always said
you're
don't
either born
sexualize
gay
children.
or you're not.
people like I saw this
That's
shit,
it.
and some people will call me a bigot. I saw a
Someone-
gay pride shirt
my
for a
cousin
toddler at
is.
Target the other day, and I'm like, this is too much, bro. It was
But
a gay
it's
pride
just-
shirt
Hey,
for a
can
toddler.
y'all
This
just
big,
give me
I'm
my
like,
money?
But it's basically like I don't agree with people indoctrinating their kids into religion, but
Yeah.
it's
No.
gonna happen. It's your
But
kids.
see, the thing is,
Same
is
thing
like,
with
here's where I draw the line:
sexual-
is when somebody has decided that their 4-year-old is transgender.
Do you think
You
kids
know
should be
what I
raised
mean?
non-binary? I say hell no.
I think kids should be just.
I
kids.
think kids, if you
Kids should be
wait,
kids.
if
Look,
a child,
I'ma
if
raise
a
my
little
kid
boy
like
wants
the
a
thug
Barbie
I
doll, he
am.
can have a fucking Barbie.
When
Yeah,
the
it's a
screen
fucking
everybody
toy.
say,
Agreed.
yo, Sanman.
But I'm not gonna hide the fact that they're a male. I'm not gonna be
No,
like,
don't.
I'm not going.
I want to give
I can
him
put
a
on
gun
makeup
at
and
a
pretend
very
that I
young
fucking am a
age.
girl, but I know damn
Fuck
well I
that
have
white
what I
man's
have in
history.
between
We
my
got
fucking
our own
legs.
fucking
in
You
your
know what I
brain.
mean?
You know what I mean?
No,
You know-
absolutely. And in your brain, the chromosomes and
Black
shit,
man
it's
is
different.
God,
It's
you know
100%
who I am.
fucking
You know who you
different. I know what I am and who I am.
I guess this
what
is
my
my-
problem is that some people think that there are 62 plus genders and there are 2. Let me fucking tell you, there are fucking two. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. There's
Science
2.
says
now,
that.
I can say that there are people who might identify as gender fluid. As far as I'm concerned, that's
That nigga
valid.
said 2.
That's valid. Like, you don't really feel like you're either female or male. You can do whatever you want for my thing. If you want to wear a dress one day, you can wear a dress one day. If you want to
Got
wear
that
pants the next
Johnson
day.
hanging, you
And
know
I'm
what you
totally
is.
cool with that, but you got to understand that if you put your dick in a fucking female and you come inside of her, you're going to give her a fucking baby. And, like...
You're born
until-
with certain chromosomes, and those will never change. You're either
Scientifically,
Right, 100.
yeah, it's like it's
Right.
That's my
you
thing
go-
is-
Now, I believe there's a difference between a woman and a girl and a female and a girl. And so if you're born male and you want to be a girl, you
Yeah.
can.
Go ahead, do what you want with your life.
But you're still that
But
chromosome.
you're still a-
and
you're still a
biologically-
male.
Biologically,
Biologically,
you
You're still a
can't ignore
male.
that, and it's not.
You're still a
violence
male, but you're a girl.
Like it sucks that it sucks. I get it.
You understand that, right?
Like from
Gay.
I get it from their
Not
point of
just
view.
gay.
It sucks, but it's like biologically, yeah, you're still a man.
This
I'm
is
not
what
gonna
I'll
call
do.
you
What
sir
I started off
or
with-
anything
I
like
said-
that,
I said,
but like
I said the
biologically.
shirts. I said the shirts at Target. Like I walk, and
Now-
I'm talking toddler shirts that said pride, like all about gay pride for a toddler. I'm like,
Oh, well.
a
That's
toddler talking
ridiculous.
about gay pride.
Yeah,
Like,
gay.
first of all, I know a lot of gay people who don't even like the whole pride. Like event. They're like, I'm proud of who. They're like, I'm proud of who I am. I just don't want that to be like my form.
Because it's
of
about
identity. I don't want
marketing.
that. I don't want that to be my primary form of identity. I want me to be me, and that's something about me that's cool, and I'm totally about that. But
Yeah.
I don't want to be defined by my sexuality, and I don't want to define myself or limit myself by my sexuality.
Same thing with being black.
And also-
It's like, you know, like I don't want to be defined as being like I don't really. I like
You like being
slave,
Kolbe.
like with movies, like with slave movies. Like I like that the history. I like that people are learning about it, but I'm not gonna go see it. I was like,
You've seen enough of that, and
It's
you've
like
been taught. That's what
yeah.
you've been always taught. You've
Yeah.
always been taught about that aspect, not about like Tulsa, Oklahoma, and like Black Wall Street
yeah,
and shit like that.
yeah,
You know,
don't
it's like
define me on just yeah, you know, don't define me on
people
my
will market
physical
to you
appearance.
based by your physical appearance. They're going to
Yeah.
assume that you want to listen to, for instance, Netflix has Black Stories right now. That's like a whole thing on their thing.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
it's I get what you're trying to do, but it's kinda,
doesn't
it's,
apply
It's not
like
a
that
black
to
story.
everybody.
It's a story.
it's one or one set of stories.
Exactly.
Because
Why does it
it's
have
always-
to be a black story? It's still a
it's
story.
it's still,
just-
it could be an American
I've-
story. You know.
Okay, but the thing is,
No, what,
yeah,
no, what
exactly,
I mean is
but,
exactly like because
it's a
they're
fucking
most of
deal.
the time it's
It's an
American, so it's like
story.
why isn't this an American story? Because Black
Why-
history is American history.
It's
Yes.
not specifically,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So weird
Like-
how we like
Categorize
and,
shit.
and it's corporations trying
That
to pander-
segregates worse.
It's like
Okay, let me tell you this.
With-
It goes
with-
further. It goes further here because it goes into the history. You have corporations, and have you noticed everything in the Black Stories is either about rap, slavery. Very little of it's about the civil rights. Some of it's about civil rights, 60s, 50s and 60s, and that's it.
Civil rights.
There
I
is
want
no
human
inner
rights.
period that they discuss because they can only monetize and sell that back
the only
as
popping shit. Like
they can sell it like rap obviously because there's people who
popping right now.
like it's been popping for years.
Hip
It's gonna
Hop
continue
Evolution
to.
is a great show.
it is, but
It's great, but
Wait,
there's a whole slavery thing. They can continue to make money off that because people buy into it and they form their identity around. They're like, we can keep selling this, we can keep pushing this. People will watch it, people will get into it. It's like
that's why I
it's
don't
sad.
Fuck with Nike. Like when Nike did the whole, it's like,
Nike's
bro,
disingenuous because it's like you guys use
want
slave
money.
labor, bro.
It's
You
like-
guys use slave labor
You-
to build
it's
your
a
shoes, and you
yeah.
talk about social justice. Literally, Hang Mi is getting paid $1.50 an hour. Cut her fucking finger off last week, and she's 7.
But it's like corporations.
kidding me?
Corporations were like, This is gay pride. Like, all
Dude,
these
it's pandering.
corporations are
It's
just
pandering, bro.
just
It's
now
not-
getting into
Have you ever wanted-
accepting gays.
It is.
People.
They want the dollar. They want the
And it's like,
majority.
10 years ago,
it's
you were
the
not.
money.
Yeah, like 10 years ago,
Even
you were
Obama
not
wasn't
doing-
about the gay marriage. Do you
When
remember
they
his
first
whole
started
thing?
out, he was.
No, when he first started,
no,
he's
it was
like, I am
Biden,
against-
right?
No,
It was Obama
no.
too?
It was Obama. He was like, I am against gay marriage, and then like
In
all of his
2001,
supporters, a lot of which were gay, were like, no, dude, we don't fuck with that. And he's like, he changed up because he saw what everything was. The whole market shifted towards pro-gay, so everyone went for that. And I think that's my whole issue with like the whole Pride Month thing. It's about being proud of who you are, celebrating it. I think that's totally cool. It's about a lot of people pandering and just jumping
Yeah.
on the bandwagon to get an extra buck, and I think it's despicable. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, even though people don't fuck with Chick-fil-A because they're like anti-gay, it's like at least they're honest and steadfast and true, and like you know what to expect. They're emotionally honest at all times.
Exactly what
They don't
like.
lie about it.
I don't go to
May I?
Chick-fil-A because they're anti-gay.
May I?
Yes.
I'm down to take another shot. I don't
shot.
go to Chick-fil-A because they're anti-gay.
Yeah.
But at least they're not fake as shit.
They're not lying to you.
They're not gonna be like, here's the new gay chicken sandwich.
Dude, exactly.
We
Like,
always been with y'all.
You appreciate the honesty at least. You're like, I know not to buy from, but hey, like I know what to expect.
You go to like
No.
Target. It's like Target.
Damn.
Just pour the rest. Kill it.
You were not fucking on this shit 5 years ago. You were not making gay pride shit 5 years ago.
No, but now they have a whole section, a whole ass section.
Do they
whole ass
really?
section.
Dude, I went in there the other day and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I
Like, that's where I
remember
saw the
in
toddler clothes and I saw this
2016,
whole thing and I'm
I
like,
was doing that shit
whoa,
heavy, and I
dude.
was so fucking mad at Chick-fil-A.
I don't think I even had Chick-fil-A for 2 years.
hey,
No.
no.
All right.
If
And
you,
I don't give a
I'm
shit
gonna
if
give
you
you-
do. I just don't personally.
You no, and that's fine, and that's how it
don't.
should be. Is
'Cause
you
of that.
choose where to spend your money, what
That's
brand
right.
you
Yeah,
support,
it's
and
like-
that's how it always is supposed to be.
I'm not finna
African
I'm not finna
Bambaataa.
cancel you because you chose to eat
America,
at
your
Chick-fil-A.
power comes from the dollar.
That's right.
You
African
choose where to
Bambaataa.
spend it.
Because we're capitalist piece
Africa
of shit.
Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force.
Do.
Are one of the founding fathers of rap.
Did he really?
Africa Bambaataa, look it up.
Hey, stop shaming a black man.
That's right.
Colby, our special guest today.
was innocent.
You're racist. You're racist.
And I'm gonna
I'm glad the racist left.
So
no,
Colby,
no,
Colby.
Adam.
Let's take a shot, man.
Let's do it.
All right.
And I'm gonna
So what is a shot to? We gotta as your guest.
Let's
You-
take a shot to us all being friends, to our
To
friendship.
us all being friends, to the fact that we met in Gasboy's Grotto,
kill the white man.
to the fact that maybe not all the what.
Man,
white
Louis
men.
The
need a
race-
few to work.
the shitty ones. Kill all shitty people.
So
If you're,
Alizé,
no,
No, man, fuck that shit. And I'm gonna do. Man, I'm drunk.
you're really drunk. You've been
Let's
drinking
talk about
boxed
drugs,
wine,
Adam.
sir.
let's talk about drugs.
I'm drunk.
Yeah, let's talk about drugs.
I don't
So
want to talk about drugs.
he does.
I do.
And he's our guest.
I was attempted to buy.
So what is one of your favorite LSD experiences?
And I'm gonna
favorite?
Your
I
favorite
don't
one.
have favorites. I have horrible ones that are extremely funny.
What is the most one that?
I think
What's
you
the one
should
that sticks out the most to you?
Definitely when I took two 250 UG tabs. My first time taking it.
250 or 250?
Two 250s.
Two 250.
Oh my god!
Right. And,
I took three
and I'm like
250s.
19.
I've never even taken that
for
much.
ref,
acid.
I'm 22 right now.
I'm taking a lot of that.
I was
taking
like
that much at the same
19.
time.
Everything said on this podcast
19,
is
that's-
strictly.
I was 18.
Hold on, real quick. Everything said on this podcast is strictly for entertainment value and does not necessarily reflect the actions of the individual involved.
I really be
I
about
just
what the
said
fuck I
that.
talk about.
Yeah, I've done it all.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Fuck all
continue,
that
sir.
bullshit. I was like
What do you think of that,
19.
Huh?
Two
That was pretty good.
250 UGs.
It was smooth.
And I took them like, I think my mistake was I took one and I was like,
It's not working.
bro, fuck this shit. And I like took another one. I'm like,
Me too.
Yeah, let's fucking do it. And I start feeling the first one I took. I'm like in the car, and I started seeing the like color spectrum. I'm like, all right, I shouldn't have took the other fucking tab.
That's similar to the first time I did acid. I didn't do real acid. I went to a festival in
Oh no,
Austin.
RCs.
Yeah, but he sold it.
taken
He sold it
2CB.
as he sold it as an RC, and I respect that. And he sold it cheap. You know what I mean? He was trying to make money,
He
and he sold
sold
it
it
$5 a hip. He
up
sold it. He's
front?
like, "Yo, I got 2 CI."
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
like my thing is, I couldn't
took
find
2
acid for some
CB.
reason. Those 2Cs are interesting class, and they all are a little bit different. But
I
the
think
2
it was
CI
more
tight.
visual than LSD.
Mine was definitely more visual. My 2 CI was. I had some insane visuals. I've
Oh
never
my
had on
God.
LSDs. Like, okay, so I took
had
it. I took this.
patterns
I bought
and geometry.
2. I bought 2 tabs. I took 1 because it was my first time. I was like, let me just get this one.
my story
I
was
waited.
in there.
I know he was telling the story.
Oh, I thought you were over. My bad.
Nah.
Continue.
I took 250 tabs. I took one. All right, I'm in the car. I'm seeing the color spectrums. I'm like, oh shit. All right, we drive to. It's like me. I have 2 friends with me. My friend Matt, my friend Lily. We go to the fucking park. I'm like, all right, I'm tripping balls. Like the fucking trees are moving. I'm seeing colors. And then all of a sudden I hear like a fucking car crash. And then my fucking friend who decided, he's the sober person, decided to fuck with me and be like, yeah, they're dead. Someone died. Death.
That's
death.
fucked up.
Right?
That's fucked
And then
up.
and all of a sudden, like, we were done smoking. That's so fucked up.
That's
Like,
fucked up, dude. Like, I did that. I had a
That
similar
is not
experience with someone
okay.
one time.
it's like I'm on 500. Like, bro, I'm tripping.
Bro,
Dick.
that
not saying
shit
that. Let's get
opens
this-
your
let's get
brain
fuck
up
your
to
whole
a different
direction and,
wavelength
like,
completely. And if you fuck with somebody while they're in that state of mind, then you're like,
It's profound.
Yep. And then so
it
now,
takes you back to your childhood, man.
and basically this whole trip's on Bruce B down. So now we drive
That's
back
your first
toward
mistake. That's your first fucking mistake.
back towards Chick-fil-A on Bruce B Downs. Driving, I'm like, here's the white light over here, and I look over towards Matt, who's driving. Is like the red. It's like,
Matt.
oh, he's the fucking demon. I look in the backseat at Lily. She's also a demon. I'm like, all right, I'm way too fucking high. At this point, you definitely trip, and then you stop seeing reality and start just
It
seeing
just goes to-
visuals.
it's
Yeah,
all
when I
become-
fucking took
yeah.
3 tabs that were
Holy
200 UG,
300 you took 3 tabs?
200 UG, I closed my eyes in the peak, right? I was watching the Paul Stamets Joe Rogan episode, and I fucking closed my eyes at peak. I did the Baphomet pose for some reason. I think it's because I am dark and I have gypsy and witch blood, and fucking like the whole thing was like, you know how Darth Vader has that thing that comes down like this?
Yeah.
I had that come down around me with my eyes closed while it was like orange, battlefield orange, like hexagons coming down into one fucking, I think what Buddhists call it is the Dharma. I think I saw a visual of the Dharma coming down and closing around me and started to spin. And it started to spin
I had
fast.
a handful of sugar smacks.
And it started like it started to spin like fucking fast. And that was after my DMT trip. That was like 3 days after my DMT
Glad
trip.
I never went to school with
The-
that kind of drugs.
the
Just give
fuck-
me weed.
Whoa.
They definitely had acid back in
The
your day.
fucking
I did
DMT
that too.
trip. I went
The real
home.
McCoy, too.
When I
Good
took,
shit.
When I took
Strong shit.
When I took DMT, I felt like the main thing that I felt when I took DMT was like, oh, I'm home. Like I haven't been here in forever. Like I remember this, and this is a great place, and I'm really glad that I got to come here again. I feel like
So did you say?
Oh, wait,
take
oh,
me home
wait.
to the
I
third
met- I
acid?
talked
I got
to
to finish
God.
my story.
Yeah, when you're done, I want to get on that.
continue.
2C.
Yeah,
Kim Jong-un
continue.
is in
Continue.
this story.
Sorry, but that when you said reminded me
Driving.
of that.
All right, cut to we're
Driving down
parked-
Bruce B. Downs.
Driving down Bruce B. Downs. We go to like a random apartment complex, just park. Right at this point, I'm like I'm tripping dicks. I'm like lagging. I'm saying shit, but in my head, I said it. And I don't know how to explain this. My physical stuff said it, but like inside my head, I didn't say it yet. I don't know how to explain it.
Projection.
Yeah, whatever.
You thought about it and just kind of happened.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yes.
oh shit, I'm fucking
You
lagging.
said
I'm
that's
like,
called projection,
my
dog.
body's like,
The lag.
2 minutes ahead of me or some shit like that. I'm fucking. Then I'm like, I go to like this white room in my head, and then it's like everything's being sucked into like this point, and then for some reason, not some reason, like I thought about death, and I'm like, okay, well, I convinced myself I'm dying on acid. I'm like, this is it. I'm in this white room. I've gone insane. I'm slowly dying on acid. Everything's being sucked into this like one point. Everything goes black. And then like this old dude appears in my
It wasn't Sanman, was it?
Nah. So apparently I guess I ran out of the car that I was in into the middle of the street. And then like I seen this dude who looked like my dad, and I thought he was. I started crying. I got on the ground, started holding my gut, and saying I got shot by the police. In front of like this like old
Black
dude.
Lives Matter, goddammit.
In front of like this random dude like I just met. And then he looks at my friends, he's like, should I call the police? And they're like, nah. And I'm just like, I'm just on the ground, just like, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. And then like I look over, and then like North Korea, all the North Korea shit was popping off. And then
It's always popping off.
I thought the sun was like a missile from North Korea.
What the fuck?
And then the cars.
They wouldn't get to this coast. They get to the west coast, not the east coast.
I'm on acid. All the cars are in the parking lot.
Flamed up. You saw them flaming up.
Flame up. They're like.
You saw them mushroom.
I'm like, oh shit, it's going down in my head.
Damn.
Wow. See, I've never had that thing. Okay, so like everything I've ever seen on LSD was exactly what was actually
It was just
happening,
augmented or different.
but augmented or different. Like, okay, so like, see, like I took a triple stack totem one night, which is MDMA, but it was pure. It was 100%. At least as far as I knew, it was pure, and I saw two off in the distance. The hallucinations only ever happened off in the distance. It was two World War II soldiers posted up against the fence smoking cigarettes with each other. And that's a visual I fucking saw on MDMA. And then another visual I saw on MDMA was the trees, the palm trees, my little palm bushes in my yard, right? The little ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that looked like a bird. It looked like a bird's, like one of them was a bird's beak. Oh my God. The most intense psychedelic experiences that I ever fucking had was on MDMA and LSD and DMT. But the bird was crazy because I had such a good control over my mind at the point that I was like, wow, I'm experiencing an incredible hallucination. That was what the thought process was in my mind under the influence of the chemical was,
There you go.
was wow. I'm experiencing an incredible hallucination.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the whole thing about you were saying about how like you saw the cars explode and you thought you believed a fucking missile from North Korea was coming
A whole ass fucking. I seen the car.
That blows my mind.
Like, explode.
because of that.
And I'm like, holy fucking shit. Yeah.
So one of the craziest visuals I had, single visual, that kind of reminds me of something destructive is when I took these Beavis and Butthead tabs. They're based on White Sheep. If you look them up, you can look up the tabs. They're legendary. Beavis and Butthead psychedelic experience. They were them like headbutting, and then it's the Beavis and Butthead psychedelic experience. We bought some, and I did it with two people I'd never done it with. One guy was a guy who knew the guy, so I went with him. The guy who was like in the middle, who ended up actually going really crazy from the trip, like he had an actually insane reaction, had to go to the hospital, and yeah, it was insane.
Wow.
He was there, and then there was me.
Like that.
He called me because he knew that I was into acid and shit. So he was like, "I want you to be there because I just like know that you know what's up." And I'm like, "All right, that's cool." He's like, "You want a trip?" I'm like, "All right, cool." So I was like, "I get free acid basically," and then we find this shit. It was insane. It was a really sketchy fucking neighborhood. Like this was definitely like a Puerto Rican dude who sold coke.
What?
Like he was definitely a coke dealer, but
Is that
somehow
rednecks?
He definitely
He said rednecks.
Nah, dude, he was definitely like a Spanish coke dealer.
You're on your phone.
And this was around Fort Myers, and he got these Beavis and Butthead tabs from him. And when I looked at him, I'm like, damn, these look good. So I took two, and both of my people I was with took one.
How many UG were there?
No idea, but you could probably look them up, like because these are legendary. You can look them up straight up. And I said, okay, this is cool. We were coming up, and then the guy says, I'm going to invite some people over because he had never done acid before. The guy whose apartment was and the one who had called me. And I said, I don't know if that's a good idea, man. He's like, I've done mushrooms before. Like, it's all good. I'm like, oh, okay. So you got some experience, whatever. And I'm like, I still don't think you should call people over. You should just like chill and, have a good time. Just like the people who are tripping. He's like, nah, it's cool. So fucking like, feels like 2 minutes later, but like within like 20, 30 minutes, there's like 15 people in the apartment all sitting in a big circle in the living room, and I'm sitting on a beanbag chair, my back towards the door, looking at the wall, and I could tell that I'm really, really coming up because I heard chugga 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 chugga. Like I heard a train coming, and then I saw light come because I saw the whole room open as if there was light. I saw light flood the room, and I said, "What the fuck?" Like someone opened the door, and I heard this train sound. Turn around, it's silent, instantly silent. I said, "What the fuck was that?" I heard a train coming. 100% heard a train coming. Saw the light open from the door. Trippy as shit. And then about that time, we noticed my friend started acting weird. Like really weird. He was having a bad reaction. He was having a very bad trip. And he's a very dark space. And he's going around. And one of the girls, he lived with like 4 girls. That was the thing. He was one dude living with like 4 roommate girls. And one of them said something like, he was just saying nonsense because he was so fucked up. He mentioned like an ex-girlfriend, Gabby, and she was like, "Oh, Gabby is the love of your life," or something. And then like he was like looking for his ex-girlfriend in his apartment. He was looking under the beds and everywhere. He was like, "Where is she? I gotta find her, or else I'm never gonna find love." He's freaking out, and like this isn't a good look. This is like a little bugged out Spanish dude, like just bugged out, man, and just kind of wild. Like he was always cool and nice with me, but you could tell he was kind of a little bit of a violent dude. And my other friend, he shouldn't have done this, but we tried calming him down, and the whole Gabby thing was going on. The girl who told him that was sitting on the couch, who's his roommate, and he starts kind of like patting her, and then it turns into a closed fist, and within like 3 seconds, started hitting her, and then she takes him and she pushes him off, and he punches the drywall behind her, goes, "Ah!" He screams like this really weird demonic scream. Punches 1, 2, 3 punches, and then like everyone in the room, like I could tell the environment changed. Like I sobered up for a couple seconds. Everyone's like, "Holy shit!" It just got really real and ugly, and like everyone kind of like bailed. And at this point, I stayed for a little bit longer because I felt a responsibility. And like the other friend Tom, who's this big white dude, like just big guy, tried like holding him, like hugging him and stuff. And then George, you're tripping the fuck out, and some dude comes up and bear hugs you and holds you down on acid, like you're gonna freak out. And he
my God.
which it was a bad move, but so was Tom was tripping too. He didn't know any better. Like at the time, he thought that would help. It did not help, and the guy started freaking out. So like, I saw him grab a knife from the knife block, and I said nope. And I lived in, I had a friend on the other side of the apartment. I later lived in that apartment complex, but I had a friend on the other side. It was the only apartment. It's called Coastal Village. It's everybody knows about that lives in Fort Myers. That's the off-campus place that's close to campus that everyone fucking parties, whatever. But I walked to the other side of the apartment complex, no shoes. I realized, I'm like, oh fuck, I need to leave my shoes. And they're like, Lena, what should we do? I'm like, call the cops. Like straight up, I'm like, there's nothing else you can do at this point. Like, you got to call the cops, bro. You cannot handle this fucking cracked out dude with a knife. Like, you cannot do this. And I'm like with 2 other people that like left with me, and we're like, holy shit, that just fucking happened. We go to my friend's apartment, we're like telling him what happens. Then we hear from out on the balcony. We're saying, what? We go back because there's like a big lake.
Was it a scream?
It was a scream. Yeah. And the place was set up so it was around like a long kind of like narrow like pond. And we were on opposite sides, but it carried over the pond, so we heard the sound. And I look over and I see a guy with his shirt off who's rolling from the pavement, the sidewalk, into the pond and back, screaming. And I'm like, oh my God, it's George. And
he had an alligator.
He was wrestling a demon, not an alligator. And by this time, I was like, dude, call 911, call everybody. Like, you need them.
ATF, DEA.
Dude, that's all I'm saying. He didn't have the knife at this point because we walked back more. Like, I walked within like 50 feet.
Wait, he had a knife?
Originally, I told you he grabbed a knife with a knife block. But at that point, luckily, they got him to drop it or something because he didn't have any weapons. But I can see a fire truck and an ambulance pulling up on the opposite side of the building. You know how most apartment buildings are laid out open like that. Like I could see him coming by. But I took twice as much as them. I was just fried, absolutely insane. I was vibing. I was like, this is just wild. How come all this shit happens whenever like I'm doing?
No, I think I have a theory about that. I think it's because like you invite it.
He's the godfather.
Almost, you almost invite it because like depending on what you were thinking about before you went into the trip might depend on what might happen. You know what I mean?
Maurice, what you thinking about?
Like, what were you like? What might have you have been thinking about before that?
You have like 10 years left to live.
Damn.
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
You know what?
I'm not that
all
sorry.
You're saying is that I got like 10 more years to go to glory, dog. What up?
So the
Max,
LSD train. Hold on. You said a train. You heard a train.
I heard a train on the tracks coming directly behind me. I felt the vibration. All that.
Me too. Okay, so see, right when after in 2018 when my son was born in 2000
You drunk?
On 12/13/18, my son was born, and around July the next year, I was tripping on LSD really fucking hard, and I went out and I sat on my porch, or not on my porch, on my stairs, and I heard a train, and I was thinking about all the bad shit that had recently happened to me, right? And I heard off in the distance a train, and I like. As I thought more about it and more about it and more about it and more like about all the shitty things that had happened to me in the last year, the train got closer, the vibrations got heavier, the fucking, the whistle, it came, all that shit. And then like, it's crazy that you say you heard a train because I heard of I called it. You see what I read? The LSD train. I feel
It was wild.
I feel like that might have something
But my
to do
thing
with
is,
something.
I had a whole different mindset. I was vibing. Like at this point, I was still having a very
might
good
have been a
time.
prosperity
I was having
thing.
a very good time.
might-
I was like, oh,
You
maybe
know-
it was a symbol for the train that was about to fucking hit
Might
5
have-
minutes from then.
You
That
know
was
you should
fucking
got-
crazy.
you know you got-
Might
should
have been
do
a
it.
prosperity train.
But hey, hold on, I didn't even finish the story. So the guy, well, that was
My
most of
bad.
the good shit, but anyway, so the guy's, I'm like 50 feet away because I'm still, as I said, on 2 tabs. When he was on 1, I'm like, holy shit. Like, I didn't think I was going to go crazy or anything.
One and was
That
going.
was his first time ever doing it, and they were strong, dude. Like these, they might have been like 25i or something. Like these things they felt real, but at the same time, they also had visuals that were just kind of like, they were clean, but they were something I had also never seen. Like whole like hedges, in front of like a subdivision in front of the wall, like just flipping around and stuff, flipping like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. As I went in the car, they would always go whoosh and just flip around. I was like, wow, I've never seen that before. But
Acid.
anyway, so yeah, the cops came and I felt really bad because the cops were fucking with him hard. Like, oh, what? Like they were giving like the nasal fucking like shit. I forget what it is. There's some shit that like calms you down, like a fucking narcotic of some sort. That they put it on a stick in like it's like a nasal thing. They try to put to your nose so you can inhale it, And they're like, oh, you can do drugs, but you can't do this. And they were fucking with him.
Somebody made a stendo spoon once. Okay, so we were at Wonderland, this house in Temple Terrace that we call Wonderland, and somebody, I'm not gonna name him, but the fucking dude, he came in the room at like 4 a.m. Everybody had to work at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and he had a back scratcher that he broke the scratcher part off of, and he goes, "Do anybody got any super glue?" So what he did, super glue. And what he did was he super glued a spoon onto the end of a back scratcher, and he was giving everybody stendo bumps from across the couch and shit.
Extendo bumps.
Yes,
That's the kind of
stendo
friend you
bumps.
need in your. That's the kind of
Oh
friend
my
you need in
God,
your life.
that was the funniest thing.
You fuck it up.
You guys should
Microphone.
definitely take a tab and do a podcast.
No, I don't think I'd be able to.
We
focus.
had chewed.
Lock the
We
room
had
door.
chewed a mystical root. I will be the subject of that if anybody wants to take over for me.
The what?
I said I would be a subject of that if anybody wanted to run the shit. Like,
No, you can run it with acid. You just be doing crazy shit.
Do that.
we would have to do like a 6-hour podcast from a
Do
festival.
that.
You got it.
Yeah, but we have been running for 2 hours and 39 minutes, and I think on
shit.
the note of psychedelics, unless Sanman has anything to say,
Any parting words of wisdom?
any parting words of wisdom for our humble troops?
Say enlightenment.
Bring it
Give
to
me
the
say enlightenment. Give me all your money, dog.
I like it.
right on.
Let's copyright that.
Plug the
Give me
Venmo.
all your money, dog.
All right, we also got Venmo if anyone wants to donate for camera equipment, things of the sort. We are also trying to ultimately fund a Burning Man trip, although that is not the first on the priorities for 2022. Our Venmo is at YKH Podcast, as in YborKnuckleheads Podcast. That is YKH Podcast. Thank
We
you.
would like to
I
thank.
also have a Cash App. If you want to donate to me,
Hit it.
We
Hit
would
it.
like to thank our very oh yeah, tell us.
it's going straight to weed.
You're going to get more now. and
Well,
that
what's
bothers
your
me.
Cash App? What if somebody actually donates? What's your Cash App?
I'll be sad if they donate to the
100,000,
weed,
dog.
not
You better
to-
share the wealth.
$.
Oh, I got a trash can behind you.
Lou Wop
Did
7.
you say boo wop?
Lou Wop LOUWOP
That's my lighter, ain't it?
7.
You're in no Aries.
You're
We'd
in no
like to
Areas.
thank our guest
You get lighter
Kolbe
if you want, though. I got a
Walker
bunch.
Oh yes,
for
sir.
joining us today.
I really like being
It's something
on
that
here.
he's been wanting to do for a while,
I have.
and we're glad that we were able to have you, man.
I've definitely feel like I talked about almost nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please comment, subscribe, like, share to
That'll
anybody
happen.
And
they-
always fly Chuku Airlines.
who you think might enjoy this. Don't forget, Sangar is here. It's the newest shit this year. You can find it on the corner of 7th and 18th any given Sunday in Ybor City.
Triketamine.
Yeah, maybe. Don't
Chuku
do that
Airlines.
usually. I had a friend that tried to kill himself that on ketamine. Don't do it.
Well,
if-
is it just because? Oh, all right,
was-
we'll talk about it for next podcast.
if you have schizophrenia, don't do ketamine. Good night,
Chuku
everybody.
Airlines.